20.
Definitely rolled a 20 on
Provable science.
On your bird twig swinging.
You caved the zombie's head in.
What did you
with
hit
your
the zombie with?
staff.
What kind of staff was it?
Say quarterstaff.
God damn it.
All right. I just got to run that on a different monitor than I'm used to, but that's fine. We are good to go. All right. So Bean Troll and Mediator have combined to kill a zombie. Rather rudely.
Well, I bet Igor's happy about that.
Don't worry about it.
Pretty worried about it since he has control over all these big giant zombies.
That sword was out of line of sight for Igor. It's dang.
Actually,
I mean, I was going to kill the Zorm too, so I mean, I'm with you.
But we have to just kill the Zorms until I can talk down Igor.
Yes, we have to kill the Zorm so then we can kill Igor. I agree.
Did not say that.
And yet, we will do it.
Unfortunately, Igor got a really shitty initiative roll, so...
We're gonna fight Igor? That's not okay.
That's how initiative works, Pipe Rifle.
I don't want to fight him. He's a nice man.
It's simply
I will.
It's not combat order. It's turn order.
Well, Igor picked a good place to stop.
Right outside my range.
Just out of range.
Nothing's out of my range, so I'm fine.
I think I may have moved. He may have been there. I moved just outside of his range. I don't remember.
Where is that thing? Okay. This thing. This is what I'm looking for.
The Flesh Storm is going to have some trouble.
Okay, well, this guy's kind of run out of zombies to throw at you. Well, he stepped away from the zombie pile, so...
First, he has to make a Spirit Guardian save.
Oh, right, you got your fucking crows out. What is that again?
Blunt Angel. I believe it's a Wisdom saving throw. Let me just...
Angels.
Oh no, Wisdom. That's not great for him.
Just looking for it in fucking Quill's fucking character page. Yeah, it's Wisdom.
Being completely honest, Joel, I also did the exact same thing.
Well, unless that's probably not going to be high.
11. Nope, he fails.
All right, so he gets thrashed for how much?
3d8.
Damn.
It's a 12 radiant damage.
Okay. And now he is going to swing at you with a large morning star. Yeah. This type of thing.
Fuck him, Morning Flare.
How could this be?
All right. Looks like he's going to miss with that 9.
Sure does.
Oh, wait, what did he need? Apparently his wisdom saving throw would have been a +0, not a -2. So his 13 would have been sufficient.
No, it was 14.
Still misses. Loser.
Still sucks.
Okay. And then he misses because of Warding Flare, and let's see, I think that guy's dead now, isn't he? No, he's not. All right.
Measuring.
All right, he hucks a javelin at I don't know. Let's find out. He chucks a javelin at Glojo. It's far enough away that it is at disadvantage.
It's a long ass throw.
I got OBS going. Let me see if I can Let me check a test
7
video real quick.
misses. So the javelin sails past and thunks into the rock beside Glojo. Pipe rifle's turn.
Oh no, I was trying to
Glojo.
do OBS. What are we? We still have fighting guys to fight?
Well, there's
I mean,
a guard
up to
to
you.
the
It's your turn.
south that nobody dealt with.
What about this guy with the log?
That's Igor.
Oh, that's him.
Leave him
Oh.
alone.
I don't. Okay, there's my character. Just trying to find him. So Big Zombie is still up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to move and attack him. Stepping on this guy. Sorry, friend. Squish. No. All right, I'm gonna move over here. Take a swing. I am not raging. Just attacking. Poorly. Wow, that dice the auto rolled twice for some reason. Well, I missed the first one. I'm going to try attacking again. Hey,
no, you
slightly
didn't.
better. No?
And 11 hits.
Oh, 11 hit?
It's a zombie ogre. I think it'd be pretty hard to miss.
Oh, all right. Well, shit. Then I hit with both of them, and I won't roll damage.
Now roll your damages.
Yeah, don't forget about that guy, mediator.
What's my damage again? I closed all the other windows. To be sure.
All on one page. Rifle.
I know, and I closed that page because OBS was free.
Get out, fucker.
Could try and remember. I suppose.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that guy's supposed to be on the same turn as the other archer. Oops, I actually forgot about him.
I know.
It's okay.
Oh shit! That would be 28 damage. A 13 and a 15.
Fuck him up.
28 damage. Okay.
Kerchak.
He is still alive.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Luther's turn.
I turn away from the flesh ogre and towards Igor, and I say, "Congratulations, Igor! This training exercise was a complete success. Please stand down."
Wow.
Roll
What a
persuasion. I love it.
What a gambit.
Actually, I'll be roll deception on that one. Not persuasion.
Deception.
He's committing deception against us or against Igor?
Look, things
16.
can be two things.
That's
No, how's your insight, Adam?
That was a 16 you got, Dole?
Yep,
Okay.
not bad.
Igor kind of blinks and goes, "Oh, but you killed him, I think." And he gestures at his flareger. That does not portmanteau very well.
The mind flogger.
The mind floger. That's the one. Yeah.
Or yes.
Well, this was a live fire exercise. I mean, there were some losses, yes, but I think we can all learn from this and get the data and just move on from this whole thing, Igor. Just go collect the corpses and make a new one.
He goes, "Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I bet I could make so much neat stuff." And he kind of
Do his
drops his
voice.
posture a little bit. I could make so many great things.
That's why, Igor.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the exercise, Marsters. It's clear my creations need more work.
Can you tell the flesh ogre next to me to stop attacking and try to kill us?
Oh, of course. And so he walks up to the flesh ogre, moving slightly ahead of his turn, and sort of reaches in underneath into one of the armpits, the left armpit, and like gets almost elbow deep in there, fiddles around for a little bit, and then you hear a crunching sound, and the flesh ogre just kind of slumps forward, still standing, but its arms are basically hanging down by its knees, and it looks like it could maybe topple over pretty quickly. Its head is now slunk over, and it's basically sort of hanging motionless. And like when I say hanging, there's also bits of flesh sort of like actually hanging off of it that Igor like grabs and pats back into place. And
Like a gross paper mache.
Since he came into my area, I'm gonna end Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians look at you when he walks in, and you kind of shake your head, like, "No, not right, not this time."
Not this one.
I think I can hear Adam like boiling slightly in the background there.
Just really grinding.
Were you hoping that he was
Right,
going to get
Cameron.
caught by the Spirit Guardian?
I think he was really hoping that Spirit Guardians were going to eat Luther. Or not Luther, Igor. So that's Luther's turn.
And at this point,
This other zombie is also, you realize has the zombie in the back behind the pile has also slumped forward and is kind of resting. There are still
they're like
two
vampires.
archers,
You take
though.
the keys out of the head zombie, and all the little zombies like deactivate.
It appears to be the case with this one, yeah.
Interesting.
See, we're learning.
Made like a Wi-Fi repeater, but for zombie magic. Installed it in the biggest
look,
zombie.
It's one of the guards' turns now, so I guess we'll find out if Igor is in control of the guards or not.
Probably not.
I don't think he's in control. He's probably a weird guest of some higher up who isn't here right now. Like, hey,
We're
don't fuck
all
with that
just a
Igor.
guest of the Maker Pipe Rifle. Ask Bob Dole.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
The archer takes a shot at Bob Dole from
Oh,
far away
oh no.
at disadvantage.
Use beam troll to block it.
Will jumps in front of me and gets shot in the head and takes it.
He'll be
he's
on
dead.
standby like an XCOM.
I'll remember you.
Overwatch.
He already misses, so I'm not even going to roll the second die.
See, it's fine. They're not a threat. Let's have a talk with them.
Igor's already used up his turn, coming over and disengaging the ogre, so it is Glojo's turn.
In my mind, it's Dole gives his weird speech to Igor, and it cuts to him. It cuts back to Dole, just grinning like ah, and then just an arrow sails past in the background as this guy's shooting at us very poorly. Every now and then, an arrow just thuds like 10 feet away. And like, oh yeah,
Right.
Should probably
What is
deal
your
with that
attack
guy.
range anyway?
Training.
get them
What's that, Adam?
here.
What is your attack range anyway, Glojo? I
Oh.
don't know.
This guy's only 60 feet. I forget if these squares are accurate
They are.
on this map. Yeah, he's like gonna be not that. I can't scroll and do the arrow, but
Roll to
I think
pilot
it's at
Glojo.
least. It's a lot like Eldritch Blast range, right? You can get like 130 without disadvantage. 150.
That's bad. Over there twice, I guess. He's too
These are
far.
like-
Put hunter's mark on him. I think. I don't know. How far away is he?
There's
Ugh.
one guy 90 feet away from you, and there's another guy 65 feet away from you.
90 feet is the range of hunter's mark, so I could still hit him. So let's put hunter's mark on this guy in the back. Let's fuck that guy. Everybody else can deal with the close man. And I'm gonna shoot him twice.
All right, roll to attack.
13.
Both of those hit, actually.
Wow.
I love that he hits when he rolls a 5.
That is pretty incredible.
Well, you see, my understanding is that Rangers suck.
That's what I hear.
Anyway, that
through
orc
the
is dead.
grapevine.
Okay. I wanted to roll more. So
You can roll more damage and describe like how much you murder him if you want, because he's already dead.
He did 27 to him. So, like, he's dead as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't expect these shots to hit. They hit, and basically they both hit him in the face, and his face caved in, and he died.
Arrow for each eye socket.
Basically.
Better fire too. He's really far away. I don't know if I'll hit him with both. Thwick, thwick. Okay.
Clank. Oh, okay.
Well, that job's done.
I like how that guy builds up the courage to take one shot, and then we notice him and immediately gets 2 arrows in the eyeball.
It was not the best. Maybe he should have followed Igor's lead.
He should just
That's on
laugh.
him.
It's he could have just jumped over the fucking wall. It's true. Matt, it's your turn.
Is there still another
Here.
one?
Yes.
Is this
there's
guy
another
alive
person
in Southwest? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm firing
yeah, I had
blast
the-
at that. Yeah, that guy.
Couldn't ping either because I had
Actually,
the...
not the target I was expecting.
You need to move a little bit, like 2 squares to the east to get line of sight on him past that tent.
Oh, that's what you're concerned about. All right. Well, I'm actually going to move here because I'm concerned with who I have line of sight with after this.
Well, that's fair.
Is it Igor?
So
just
you
in
hit
case?
you hit with
it
one
might
of
be
those.
Igor.
The second shot misses.
Wow. We can't all be Rangers, I guess.
You just lead the way.
I mean, you could, but then it would be a party of Rangers.
That would be a
That
weird
would-
game.
It's true.
That would
Be weird.
All right.
All right, you smote the guy to the south for 7. He has previously been unscathed, so he is still alive.
Yeah, I thought so.
But he appears quite frightened and overly hurt from 7 damage. So, yeah, there's that. Mediator. Mr. Wu.
We'll firebolt him.
Quick, clean, efficient.
Oh, that will hit.
Probably not clean. It's a laser beam of fire.
Oh.
All right.
That's a lot of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely not clean. That's like some Resident Evil laser fence
So,
damage.
The Eldritch Blast hits this guy and creates this sort of cloud of dark smoke in front of him that momentarily obscures him. Right before Wu's firebolt laser punches right through this cloud, causing it to sort of go poof out in like this perfect donut. Through the donut, you can all see this orc falling backwards with also a perfect hole carved through him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Bob Dole, Donut Lord is a character in the Sonic movie we can watch.
God damn it. Keep your hand in the game.
That is a deep plug right there. Oh, sorry. We're also at the start of the round turn, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Something might happen. Okay. All right.
Everybody.
But yeah, there was a thing. in
Yeah,
that.
everybody make a perception check real quick.
Sure. Let's do that. Let's make a perception check.
Well, that's a natural one. Oh, yeah, I should make one for being troll.
Ugh.
That
Roll
almost went
off.
well.
Off the good one onto the bad.
Quill gets 20 total.
24.
Wow.
All right. Well, Quill's not really that well situated to see what's happening, so he still doesn't see this.
Sort of behind a
Suck
rock.
it, bird.
He's just doing some crane pose up on the stump. Doing his Tai Chi.
He's rifling through the zombies' pockets for anything shiny.
That's true. Way more accurate.
Glojo and Wu are very well positioned to see the water in this pond, which again has an inflow and no visible outflow. Begins swirling, but it's swirling counterclockwise.
Oh, the Coriolis effect.
Widdershin.
Are we in the North Hemisphere, the South Hemisphere?
Important.
You're in the North Hemisphere.
I mean, I guess that would be more important if I actually remembered which direction it was.
Quick, hold up. Quick, everybody watch that Simpsons where Bart goes to Australia.
Get the Prime Minister!
When they reverse the
Bringer, can I do a nature check to see if that's unusual?
Yeah.
Yes.
I also would like to do a nature check.
Yeah, I guess you're from nature there, nature boy.
Yeah, I mean, he would know. He knows how water flows.
Yeah, I guess Wu doesn't
does
really
not.
pay attention to a lot of, mundane things.
Wu's all about book learning. He wouldn't be near streams, but Glojo would.
So Glojo notices that the water is flowing in an odd direction for what he would be expecting for a drain.
Wow.
Nature.
Oh wait, yeah, that was
you
his old
fucking
roll.
clobbered
I was
that
gonna-
nature roll. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
you're,
I was gonna say
you definitely if
with his
you were-
-1 modifier.
Hang
Plus
on,
minus
minus
one.
one to nature.
I have the nature.
Always the worst fucking ranger.
all he really did was just sit shooting arrows at things all day. Like he can fucking nail a butterfly with an arrow, but tell you what kind of butterfly it was? No.
I don't know. I think
Poisonous, probably.
yeah, I was gonna say he's got the utility knowledge. Like Robin Hood couldn't be like, oh yeah, this is the fucking give you the scientific name of the plant, but he's like, I can climb this one and it won't break, and this one will give me a rash.
All right, so Quill, thy turn is nigh.
Quill turns around and sees me talking to Igor and just shakes his head. He will move closer to the pool.
Well, if he doesn't know anything's wrong, yeah, I guess that's still.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm
he
sure
would move closer to people.
He would get closer to us in a case.
I assume this is like
Perhaps
Igor turning off the zombie, final buzzer sounds, everybody sort of regroups.
he'll just sort of wander in between Adam and Igor, coincidentally.
Yeah.
That's a safe spot.
All right. That guy doesn't have a turn right now. No, that guy died to shit. Pipe rifle.
I'm going to go check on this villager because I feel bad about the necrotic energy I stole from her.
What about all the necrotic energy you stole from all of us?
Yeah, you signed up for this. She did. So I will.
Is that what we did?
Untie and
see.
I don't have any medicine skill or anything.
She asked you what to do with her life. You're just the one that sent her to a poor decision. But
I don't know if she was one of those.
Didn't sign up for this. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to untie her and say, if you can walk, I think you should get out of here.
She drowns in the river.
I take no responsibility for what happens after this, but I think you should go.
She shies away from you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh wow! All right.
She casts some sort of devilish magic.
She begins running away from the corpses. Is kind of begins wading across the stream here because she's not nimble enough to leap across it, And
the other corpses.
that
Oh, no.
is about as far as a villager can move when she has no more health.
Oh,
Luther.
I'm still talking to Igor, and I say, "Hey, Igor,
fuck,
you
man.
know, you just deactivated the Zorms. Well, I have an idea. I think we're gonna be in some trouble soon. Actually, I rolled a 1 on perception. Fuck that. I can't. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
You're very,
just like,
very
hey.
caught up with catching up with Igor right now, I guess.
Yeah, you're just like,
nobody's
how's
called
the...
out what's happening behind you. Yeah, so that's a good call.
Yeah. I'll just chat with Igor. I
Kinda,
already know it's the lady running away. That would definitely heal. It's completely oblivious. I still have the blunt spiritual weapon near me. It's just sort of resting on my shoulder at this point. Just making small talk with Igor. So how'd you get back here? How'd you get all the way back here? That's unrealistic.
After you left me in the swamps, Igor used the swim horses to get to the sea and found more of the lizards who traded Igor with the cult, the red cult, for more arms.
Just getting passed around, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's cool. They let me experiment on a lot of things.
Sure have.
Igor, the man who doesn't know he's a hostage.
Igor, while Igor is talking
Seems
to
like-
you, he is kind of continuing to fiddle inside of the zombie ogre here.
The lizards that traded you to the cultists, were those the pyramid lizards?
I don't know if you're in this
And-
conversation. You're way over here on the rock.
Far away are they? They're not that far away.
Just yelling it.
I believe
So about those lizards.
Yo, were those the pyramid guys?
Is that the wind?
All right, Glojo, your turn.
5.
Pyramid
Well,
lizards are supposed to be
Are we
good.
just questioning
Actually,
Igor?
isn't it Igor's turn? What's Igor's doing? That was Igor's turn, just messing around in the
Igor
zone?
was talking
Chat.
with Luther and fiddling with his zombie ogre thing.
Oh yeah, Brent, can you move Bean Troll?
Oh yeah, sorry, Bean Troll moved down here to he's kind of paying attention. Oops, that's you, not Bean Troll. He is down here paying attention to what's going on with you guys because he's kind of crouched on the rocks a little bit because he's a stupid bird. I think that makes more sense than him coming down to the ground. But
Bean Troll's never come back.
So he's up there watching this conversation and stuff happening because he does have a fascination with warlocks and dark magics and stuff. So he's sort of interested in what's going on with you and Igor at this point.
Makes sense.
Glojo, Sharksbane.
He noticed the shit out of that pool.
Water. Anything
Does
going on?
19 tell him anything about that?
You do know that in the northern hemisphere, storms often circle counterclockwise.
Storm coming.
Oh, the simplicity of
Is
it.
your knee acting up?
Well,
There's the doing and the transpiring.
All right. Unless you've got anything else, we're just kind of rolling through the turn orders here really quickly because you guys can position, do whatever you like. There's not really any combat going on, but we're just going to run through turn orders to keep things sequentially paced. All right, Mana, what's up?
All right. So I'm gonna try and find the safest. Yeah, all right. That's actually, it looks like Pipe Rifle's over there right now.
I'm okay.
Okay, and how
I'm
are you
in the
traversing
acceptable losses
terrain?
area.
So here's the question. is there turbulence at that part of the stream?
Not really. The stream is again kind of it's pretty slow flowing. You guys moved through it. It's obviously not a lot of water coming through. There is a small current that you had detected, but it's not. It's not. It doesn't look like the current has increased, or that the stream has really changed its temperament significantly from when you had crossed previously.
So I mean, I'd like to walk here, like hop over the stream right here, and then walk here. So I'm not doing this. Let's put it that way.
All right, so you're basically like you're just kind of crossing like upstream of the villager lady a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not like trying to like shove past her to like cross where she is or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
And anything that would come upstream from the lake would definitely get the villager before it got me.
I like where your head is at. All right.
But I need to close some distance up here, and I'm now close enough that I can have a conversation with Igor. Say, so Igor, all of this is you're just playing around in all these areas where you're getting nice fresh subjects. So are you actually aligned with any of these people?
What do you mean aligned?
Beyond just making fun things, are you serving their needs for anything? Are you following any of these people?
Yes, I follow them from camp to camp. They keep giving me things to cut.
So you're just kind of bringing death and kind of experiments with you wherever you go, but you don't really subscribe to their ideology, do you?
No, Igor doesn't have any subscriptions. And sometimes I bring back from death. And he pokes at his...
Seems kind of like there's nothing positive that comes from you existing. And you probably don't really seem to have any information to give us either, so...
Action leading.
Well,
interesting.
That's harsh.
See, is it? I mean, I guess we'll find out when me and my friend here with the bag of holding pull out that little dagger of mind reading but that's between me and him. I didn't say that out loud. Don't worry. All right.
You didn't want the dagger.
Can I read your thoughts then? And he starts like poking at his head, like he's like
closer, I'll be able to read yours.
And he starts poking at his head. And he looks really intently at Bob Dole for a minute.
I just shrug.
Hang on a second. Actually, am I in distance yet?
That's mana.
Hold on a second. Nope, still at a distance. A little too far to read his thoughts. All right. I'm not ready to murder him yet, but
hopefully you'll be distracted soon.
I mean, yeah, we'll see if someone has a really good reason to not.
No.
But
so the freed villager has definitely gotten kind of stuck in the water. She
that sucks for him. Her.
I think she's continuing to try and strive, but it's clear she doesn't have a lot of strength left on account of having 2 hit points. Pipe rifle.
I only did some of that.
No, you did all of
it. Oh, I thought there were other. They were going to be sacrificed.
They hadn't been sacrificed.
Because he sent her here to get captured, or because he drained her life essence?
Because he drained her life essence.
Oh, because he definitely did both.
Could be both.
It's likely that he did both.
Anyway, she definitely she moved pretty well the first turn that she had been freed, but this next
that adrenaline rush.
She basically hit the river and has almost fallen to her knees, and is sort of struggling.
Pipe rifle, why don't you help her cross the river? Get in the river
All right.
with her.
Keep those knees up.
She's kind of managed to get her arms onto the other bank now. She hasn't been drowning. The river's not that deep, but it's clearly been a real struggle for her to make it more than 5 feet this turn.
You better dive in heroically and save her. Nothing bad will happen.
Just gonna give sideline
so,
coaching. Keep those legs up.
Mr. Wu.
Push it. No pain, no gain.
Can I talk to Igor from here? Close enough.
I was letting Adam shout from where he is, and you're the same distance, basically. So, again, it's kind of rude. You're basically
Yeah, right,
yelling.
30
You're
feet.
yelling
It's like,
right past Quill.
Igor does
like,
not deserve respect of a close conversation. So.
All right.
Go stand on a cliff and yell down at him. Igor!
Igor, do you know what they were doing with the crystals and the sacrifices in the pond over here?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Igor has his own work.
Yeah,
Making mind flogers?
his whole corpse corner over
He
here
pulls out a
belongs to
notepad
him.
and writes that down.
Zombogers and mind
You got any more portmanteaus we should know about?
No, Igor hasn't gotten very many cool corpses lately.
I telepathically communicate to my friend Wu, hey, if he took the keys out of the big zombie, maybe we blast the keys before he gets a chance to put the keys back in the big zombie.
Igor,
But just a thought.
Igor continues. They haven't given me any cool corpses lately, and it's mostly just been these little guys. And he points at the dead zombie right next to you.
Nothing cool since the last time some idiots gave you a mind flayer, right?
Yeah, remember when we cut them up together?
I don't.
Complicit.
That doesn't sound like the kind of thing I would have participated in.
You were so interested in my practices.
In a sort of detached academic sort of way.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor. Where's the evidence?
How are you controlling the zombie over here?
I mean, you mostly just start them up and let them go. That's the fun. To see what they're gonna do.
Start him up like how? Yeah, what do you got in there?
You just have to restart the heart. That's the key. One of the hearts, at least.
How many hearts you got?
I think this one has 3.
Wow, I was an expert.
How many did he start with? How many hearts did he start with?
None. That's how he died.
Checks
Well,
out.
you ask him
every answer I get just.
I mean,
So
At this point-
what's going on with the pond over here, Bear?
Yeah, have people called out besides the storms are coming? Do we know where to look or what's happening? Is it frothing or anything?
Storm's coming.
Mediator, did you say anything about the pond to anyone?
Roll a 7. Ponds.
It was me. I'm the one that said things about the pond.
Okay, but you did say it
Said
out loud, right, Glojo?
Storms are
Yeah,
coming.
you said a storm is coming. Okay,
Your
that's right.
fucking knee was acting up.
My ankle, damn it!
all right, it's Quill's turn. He kind of pecks idly at his feathers.
Quill would definitely be stealing shit in Igor's workshop, by the way.
Can
I
someone who
don't
knows how to
think
swim
Quill's
see what's
particular.
going on with this pond? Very curious.
What, Mediator?
Be someone who knows how to swim can investigate this pond. Maybe stick their snout in there and then take a look around.
Maybe help someone who's in clear distress and about to die.
Look, if I go over there to help
that would
her,
only happen if he felt some sort of sense of obligation to her.
hey, I cut her free and gave her clear instructions to save herself.
You're very bad about sending people to her death.
We got to reopen the economy, right, Pipe?
All right. I was going to ask actually when I'm over here, do I need to make another perception check or can I see what's happening with the pond? Because when I cut her free, I was like looking that way.
What did you roll on the pawn deception check to begin with?
Very badly. It was a 6.
I
But
will
that was.
allow you
But
to
then I
make
took another turn.
roll on
Yeah.
this turn because you are facing the pond from standing up from freeing her, let's
Okay.
say.
You can do it, Lexi. Wow, that went off every corner of my screen. I couldn't do it.
You don't really notice anything from back on the hilltop where you are. You're just a little too sort of low to really have a good perception of the pond, so you don't really see anything happening there yet. Luther, are you continuing your conversation with Igor, or what's going on?
Yes, but I want to make another perception. See if I notice a fucking struggling civilian who's about to die.
Sure, roll perception.
That's a fucking 2.
You are really caught up in this conversation. It's your.
So Igor, you seem to just be sort of wandering about from group to group doing, atrocities. So why don't maybe you should come with us for a while? I mean, we make a lot of corpses, and I'm sure you have some sort of skills that would
You guys
help.
gave me the flayer corpse. Igor's always wanted to cut a mind flayer open, but
If I remember right, that was primarily Wu's responsibility. Anyway,
I don't think that's right.
that's how I recall it.
Wow.
Do you have like any
Can't
healing? Since you are kind of a surgeon, could you like make people less dead but not also undead?
I think you mean heal.
Igor like raises an eyebrow.
Think about
at
that.
this. It's very disconcerting because the eyebrow just kind of goes up, but it doesn't really look like there's a lot of musculature changing in the head. And he kind of grabs the eyebrow and pulls it back down to where it should belong, and goes,
Stands so well.
yes, exactly like that.
Are you trying to like Operation Paperclip him and like turn a rocket maker into the guy that gives, like satellite television?
Exactly.
Is that what we're doing here?
We need Saturn rockets. We need them now.
Igor can make many things, and he opens up his coat a little bit, and you see a number of small potion cylinders inside there. And he takes one and open, and he quaffs it quickly. It's a weird kind of effervescent violet color. He uncaps it and just chugs it down and goes, and Igor makes really good drinks.
What was that one?
Oh God, no.
Oh God.
What's up, Adam?
Nothing. This is just gonna end horribly. That's all.
I mean,
Igor just took in super serum, and then Bob Dole's gonna get poisoned. That's all.
It's fine.
He's gonna turn into fucking. Oh God! What was the evil Hulk from the terrible Hulk movie?
Igor asks, "What kind do you want?"
we'll all just sit here while Igor chugs potions and buffs up.
Do you have any purple stuff
in front of us?
Sorry, what do you say, Bob Dole?
Do you have any purple drinks?
God.
Yes. Igor has several, and he opens up his the other side of his cloak, and he's got a purple one it's fairly similar to the one that he just chugged, and then a one that's a much deeper, like a royal purple, like the color of a Crown Royale bag.
I'll take that. I won't drink it, but I'll put it in my bag.
All right.
Classically representative of the color of poison. Good. Yeah.
add.
You want to ask what it is?
Potion to your inventory, Bob Dole.
Does he just make these and like they definitely are magic and have an effect, but does he know what that effect is?
He goes, that's the purplest one I have.
Perfect.
It's the best color, so I'll make sure to chug it down.
Glojo, what's up with your turn?
I don't even understand what exactly is happening. You're just making
I didn't
babble.
I didn't do anything on my turn. I just made a perception check. I realized.
Okay, you don't have to do something specific.
We're just blasting through turns, and if you want to do something, you can. And if you want to interject on somebody else's turn, I'm allowing that as well. But this is just a way for me to keep order with like 5 of you and run through.
Yeah.
Also,
it's a way to keep order while he runs background D12s. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
But we don't know that as characters, and I just we had a fight. Lexi's sitting there and being like, "Whew, that was a doozy" for 6 seconds. Like, that's fine. He doesn't
So
necessarily.
clearly, shit is building, and I think.
But when I notice it, I'll go do something. But I can't. Right.
I want to threaten Igor.
I mean, you notice someone is dying. You're not doing something. So.
Well, she was scared of me, so I don't think she wants my help.
All right. I'm just saying.
Glojo is threatening Igor.
You do notice a death occurring.
Yes. Also, not my turn. Sorry.
All right. So you are threatening Igor. You're just like drawing an arrow. Like, do you have it like full pulled back, or do you have like an arrow in your bow and you're kind of like loosely pointing it at him?
Just kind of pulled an arrow out of my quiver. Got my bow in my hand, and I'm kind of just like feeling the tip of it with my thumb.
Okay. Igor doesn't really seem to notice you or react to that. He's pretty caught up in talking about purple potions. Mana, your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna move over here.
You're pretty explicit when you're threatening Igor. I think he doesn't take hints.
Yeah, gonna definitely got my eye on the situation here. So I clarify. So Igor, you do not know anything about this mysterious storm that is coming behind us out of this pool. Is that correct? That's like not something you know anything about?
What?
Igor kind of looks up from the conversation and kind of looks over your shoulder at the pond now, which is kind of frothing up a little bit. There's definitely some spray happening as the waves. It's a pretty small pond. It's like 30, 40 feet across. So the waves that are like they're getting to about 1.5 feet. So as they kind of collide with each other, there's a big spray, and it's getting pretty evident even to somebody like Pipe Rifle or Mediator now. There's something happening.
I've heard someone yell about what's happening, so that'll do.
Igor doesn't play with water. It doesn't stick together like blood does.
Good point, Igor. So then, Igor, since we've been good to you, and you really don't have allegiance to anyone else, and there's some shit that's about to come out of this frothing pool, most likely, you're not opposed to helping us at the moment because we've been such good friends to you over time. Is that fair to say?
Roll persuasion. Is what Igor says. Roll persuasion.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, do we get advantage because we gave him all this good shit over time? Like,
might affect like the difficulty.
He's like kind of ambivalent. He's like, Igor doesn't pick fights, but you guys are nice.
You'd help a bro out, help a sister out, I guess in this case. All right. So right. Was that was persuasive. And I said, so then Igor, why don't you send one of your experiments into the lake and see what happens with the frothing, since shit's about to pop off here. By the way, I've moved at my normal rate since I'm only talking. Does talking in action, or can I run with the rest of my turn?
You can run even if you're
your talking is an action for this conversation.
Right. I can't dash and chat. That's fair enough.
I'm just running at him. Hey, so anyway,
having a conversation. So I'm trying to persuade Igor to actively send someone into the water.
Yeah, that's your action, is the persuasion of the conversation. Like, you're putting some effort into
Sure.
it.
I'm also like keeping an eye on the water since I see this, whether or not that matters, like for an evasion or something else in the future. I'm just telling you that I'm clearly looking at the water for shit to go bad.
You just don't want to get surprised by the water. Okay.
Yeah, okay. There will be no surprises. I'm clearly like looking at it. So
I acknowledge you are aware of the water.
Yes, fair enough. As opposed to Pipe Rifle, who's just like, smelling his finger or whatever. What happened to the villager?
With all my grief that I've done. Oh, she's fine. She's over there.
Over
Don't worry.
Oh God.
Everywhere. Since I was looking at the water, I point out that the villager is not with us anymore.
She moved a lot faster after she crossed the stream.
I'm sure she's
Took my
fine.
eyes
She may
off her
have the
for
stream, yeah.
She just got right
Eternity.
out of there. She's fine.
You know, they say don't cross the streams. This
So
is not
as
what
you're
they
looking where the villager had been struggling to get out of the stream, a spray of blood erupts out of the
good.
water.
Okay.
Peek around the corner here.
Damn my low perception.
All right.
Hey.
We're gonna take a quick break there because I'm out of coffee, and that seems like a fun moment to pause.
Okay.
Igor, does it always do that?
So did we persuaded Igor to help us then? He just, since it's not him or his zombie's turn, he can't do anything yet, I imagine.
Okay.
Guess we'll find out. Igor's good people. He's made up of multiple corpses.
I telepathically communicate with Wu, and I kind of tell him, like, I have a feeling Igor's going to outlive his usefulness after this, but he seems to be a net negative in this world.
Funny words for a child killer to say.
Listen, we all have things we're not proud of, but at least Igor doesn't seem to have any kind of concern over this.
Hey man,
I just don't know how. I just don't know how much of a. Just don't know how much of a like hardline stance we want to take about people who are net negatives in the world automatically deserving instant death.
I have saved many people's lives here. Igor clearly has no allegiance to the living, is all I'm saying. All right,
Are you still technically alive?
I mean, you did say the word technically, so I'll say maybe. I mean,
is there a spell like detect undead?
He also, I mean, did distinguish himself in valor in the assault on the palisade.
I do have a built-in detect magic I can do, but that's just magic.
Walk up to Amanda and cast turn undead. See what happens.
You cast detect magic on me and like your power explodes.
All right, I am back. We're gonna start with. I'm gonna clean the map up a little bit with some of these dead sprites. Get them off of here. You guys can go ahead and roll a new set of initiative.
We might need the map for something.
Yeah, we're gonna do a new set of initiatives too.
Oh, interesting.
Gonna be great. I can
appear to be some sort of event happening.
I mean, at least we don't have to worry about all that blood getting on everything anymore. Wiping the map.
Mediocre.
We'll get back to bad initiative.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah,
okay, Woo, you're just cheating.
Again?
He's burning all his natural 20s now when it doesn't really matter. Gotta save those for later when damage is involved.
Yeah, I didn't even roll good for Woo. I mean, Quill.
Oh, there was a zombie trapped underneath all those guys. Oh, let's make him out of here. Make him dead too.
B-Troll, if you're listening to this, you may not be happy with how I'm running your character, but just think of anyone else doing it.
Strong argument. All right, tidies that up a little bit better. Let's see now. So I don't have to change mediator's fucking roll. Quill got a 9. What did you get for yours, Pipe? 13?
13, yeah. Mediocre.
And Adam got a 21? That seems kind of wrong.
What are we rolling for again?
Initiative.
Oh.
I didn't see that picture Puma posted of Dexter.
If this is a new initiative, is this a new combat round with my spiritual weapon after you recap?
Yes.
All right.
How long is it?
It would have faded during the minutes of
Yeah, since it only lasts like a minute, I think.
Last
So speed move time, the time move ended anyway.
So the Phantom Janitor comes and cleans up the corpses like he does in Resident Evil.
It's a Scruffy from Futurama.
Right behind you. As soon as you shut the door, he opens the other way into the room and cleans up all the corpses.
Okay. Let's see.
You don't want to know what Scruffy does with these corpses.
All right. So, we'll just sort that.
Reckon.
So nothing particularly evident has happened yet, but there's a spray of blood splashing out of the intake or the inlet of the stream into the pond here, where the villager had been. There is a brief
Heard
shriek.
of ocean spray juice, but this is ridiculous.
There's a brief high-pitched shriek, replaced with more blood, and that's what's happened so far. The water is now much more frothy.
Hey guys.
And there are symbols that are sort of hovering in the water slightly above the water surface. So as the waves are splashing higher, these symbols are rising up into the air as well. And a fifth symbol has now appeared in the middle of the pond.
Wow, I've never seen more cursed or more bullshit going on.
You know, in cases like this, I've always wondered if like disrupting the symbols is like effective, or if the symbols are the symbols the cause or effect. You know,
Skip some stones in there, see what happens.
Hey, Soja busted out those crystals or something.
You say that the
Don't
symbols,
throw your rock into the water.
say that the symbols are appearing above the water. What is happening?
That's correct. The water is rising, but the symbols remain about a foot to a foot and a half above the crest of the waves.
Are they parallel to the water?
They're parallel to the surface of the water if the water was a flat surface.
I mean, it's a frothy surface, right?
Yes, but the symbols are not being like tossed around as the
Are
water.
symbols just like glowing light in the air? What are
Yeah.
they
Haven't
appear
you
to have
seen
any?
anime?
They are now beginning to spin themselves.
Are they spinning counterclockwise?
The ones on the outside are spinning counterclockwise in position, but they are spinning clockwise. They are orbiting the centerpiece clockwise, although each individual sigil is rotating counterclockwise.
See, is it my turn?
Yes.
If you Google anime magic circle, you see exactly just hundreds of examples. I didn't realize it was quite so prevalent. Let me see.
This is what, like 10 feet up?
Yeah.
you gotta hide behind the rock.
Can I get down from here safely?
It would take your turn.
That seems like a good use of my turn. Does that use all of my all of my movement?
Yeah.
All my movement and the action?
No, it doesn't use your action. It uses all of your movement.
Okay. Can I use can I use my action to? I guess that wouldn't make much of a difference.
Behind the rock ledge.
Could always be on Overwatch like an XCOM to blast something that comes out.
Well, I mean, it's my turn. It's my turn in the initiative order, but there's nothing that's no actual threat to respond to has appeared yet. There's just obviously something going on. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm definitely just gonna come down here and hang out back here.
What are you up to, Glojo?
I want to move, but I'm going to move in a different direction than Mediator. Move here. And can I ready an action to shoot at the water if anything comes out of it?
Sure. Mana, what's up?
Okay. All right. Since no one else, I guess, is try it, I'm going to go ahead and I will be blasting at. I have 2 Eldritch Blasts. One of my Eldritch Blasts, I'm specifically targeting through the symbols that are rotating to try to see if I can disrupt the symbols. And with the other one, I am firing at the actual center surface of the water as if something were to emerge out of it.
Okay, so recapping, you are shooting the sigil, one of the sigils that's orbiting.
I mean, you can essentially say, like, there's a central one, right? So I'm shooting an Eldritch Blast through them, hoping to hit as many as possible as they float above the water to see if I can disrupt the sigils with one of my blasts. Alternative, and the other blast is basically blasting at the surface of the water, kind of like right below the central sigil.
Okay.
Wow, that's really irritating.
Your shots are right on
2 rolls.
target. You blast through them. There is a bright yellow light sparks off of the sigils as your Eldritch Bolt passes through them. They actually appear to the sigils appear to wobble slightly, as if disturbed by the energy passing through. Then they return back to their orbit.
All right, and what about the blast that I shot at the surface?
It had definitely hit the water.
No other effect.
You hit the water real good though.
Oh yeah, I did. All right, then with my movement, I'm gonna go over here and put as much of this rock as possible between me and this thing.
Everybody loves.
And I also
taking
shouted,
a
Igor,
rock
hey, get
hide.
your fucking monster in there. Get your monster in there, respectfully, Igor. How about that?
My doorbell just rang. One sec.
Time for a monster mash.
All right, Igor. Slams his arm back into the creature next to him and begins fiddling around up in its guts.
Gross.
Pipe rifle, your turn. Oh wait, he's gone. Well, still his turn. Unless somebody wants to run pipe rifle.
No. I
Move pipe up next to the water.
Yeah, he just jumps in the pond. I could do Quill's turn, so I'm just gonna have him like move back, like beyond the rock a little bit.
He chokes the water.
He can't really do anything, poor Quill. Still got 1 key point.
I think we should move pipe rifle up to the edge of the pond and have him sort of prod the water with his axe.
Just put your entire head in the middle.
Bite the pond.
Do we know if he's like
All
an
right,
aquatic
I'm back.
lizard man or just like a desert lizard man?
Pipe.
What is happening now? Where?
It's your turn, bitch.
Turn, bitch.
Okay, something happened where my screen zoomed all the way out when I got up. My doorbell rang.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, time to bite this pond, I guess.
The dream becomes real.
So have I seen everybody like falling back behind the rocks? Because I don't know. I'm like, should I hang out with you guys?
Oh, you're the one with all of the stolen hit points.
Yeah. stand here with my stolen valor, I suppose.
Still have all of them, don't you?
I do have, yes, 43 temporary hit points. I think I took
Jesus Christ.
one hit. So I've got 108 hit points right now.
I guess who gets to stand next to the pond?
And you couldn't
All right.
help that lady cross the.
She ran away from me. Look, all right. So I'm
You're
gonna.
not tighter.
This is gonna be a great idea. I'll hunker down behind these crystals and keep an eye on the pond and wait and see what happens.
I should have fired at the crystals. Well, they probably would have blown you. So
I'm trying to be as out of sight as possible. Maybe not like hugging the crystals, but definitely like they're between me and the pond. And I will ready in action to attack anything that comes out of the pond within range.
like a next comp. Hey, Mediator, what happens when we destroy crystals?
Bad things usually.
Probably bad things. I don't remember if I've
I can't
done it
remember if
before.
we tried that. Like, have we just tried blasting or smashing crystals?
I think Piper tried to take a hammer to crystals. It fucked him up pretty good.
Okay.
It did, yeah. Like I thought it was like channeling energy up the hammer and hurting me or something, but
It does sound like something that would have happened.
because I didn't use the magic hammer we had just found on a workbench covered in crystals.
Pipe, bite the crystal.
Look, if there was a big dead driftwood log, I'd hide behind that. This is the only thing on this beach, this pond beach. So I am behind that. Don't know why it tickles Adam so much that I remind you that it's like XCOM. But yes, that's what I'm doing.
Does.
If you're not going to bite the pond, then
I'm not. I'll bite. I'll bite an emerging threat when it emerges.
All
I'm not
right.
just gonna bite things at random because
And
we're
Quill
in
went over and
combat.
did the other thing. Luther, it's your turn.
Just gonna back up.
What did he do?
Like Quill would be here, I guess.
Bless the pond.
What time of day is it, by the way?
Early afternoon.
Okay, so there's not really any shadows.
No.
Okay, but yeah, Quill's just
time
gonna
for a setup spell.
That
I'm gonna
was a
back up.
great bean troll, assuming the role of bean troll, asking if you shadow step based on the time of day.
I
And
know,
hiding.
I know what's going on. Yeah. What am I gonna do?
You like 2 of your combat spells require setup.
It's true.
Wanted to get
I could recast Spirit Guardians and include Igor as a good guy.
Your spirit guardians may know better.
But I'm going to
your blunt back.
yeah. I'll recast Spiritual Weapon just to bring it back. And I'm
Battery.
going to-
The session halfway. Should have done that while we had downtime.
First image from Glojo. Do not click.
Should I cast Spirit Guardians again?
Is it? It does a lot of damage, but is it good against one big guy, or is it more of a crowd control thing?
Crowd control, but I also am hurt, and I would need to be close to the thing, which I am not particularly keen on. Whatever comes out there, I don't think I want to be close.
Well, if it's a horde of Starship Troopers bugs, then cast Spirit Guardians again.
Well, whatever I see, I'm just holding. I just have the spiritual weapon.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, it's now the world's turn. We are watching as the water starts sloshing higher and higher. The insignias, the sigils, no longer appear to be rising. Water is now splashing through the sigils as the water level rises higher in this column. The sigils are now submerged more often than not.
Send your bird to fight the water mediator.
We can't get Quill to do anything.
As the water continues to rise, the sigils begin to change color, or at least are harder to see through the water as they kind of take on an aquamarine tone. The water is now sloshing slightly over the shores of the pond, but is about 4 feet above where the water level had raised before. Somehow the waves are remaining relatively within the confines of the pond area, despite the water being far too high for that to be a physically feasible outcome of the waves. All right, what are we doing now, Mediator? Nothing is an acceptable answer. We can just kind of. I just want to give you a chance to respond to things.
Yeah. You still have your magic battery, right? Haven't used it today. Right?
He only responds to Lexi.
Oh, sorry.
Lizard battery.
I had my mute on.
Right?
No, I do. Yes, because we took a long rest since I used it last.
I'm going to use my.
You're going to make a lot of assumptions first. That I'm going to give you my magic.
Right.
Yeah, Bringer, can you move my spiritual up until like here?
You want Quill to move there?
No, the spiritual.
No,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So I'm going to move. I'm going to move here with my movement, and I will gesture meaningfully at Pipe Rifle and say that I could really use some Lizard Battery. And as my actual action, I will ready the I want to ready an action to. I guess I don't know mechanically whether this works, but I would like to want to cast Mirror Image with a second level spell slot if Pipe Rifle is able to refresh that slot. I don't currently have a second level slot. Can I do that? As a reaction, cast Mirror Image if Pipe Rifle can Lizard Battery me.
So we're talking about an alley-oop where you cast one spell and then I recharge you so you can cast another, or what?
No. He wants to use his action to cast a spell that he cannot currently cast, with the trigger of that action being you giving him juice.
I don't know whether I can actually.
I'm gonna say that's an interesting proposition, but being that we're not in combat, I'm gonna just make Pipe Rifle give you the juice first.
Yeah.
So you will have to wait for the next world turn is the outcome of that.
I'm glad you pay you for a hamburger on Wednesday for hamburger.
Could we say that he could use his turn to come over and like touch me with the intent of absorbing energy, and that could be
I can't move that. I can't really move that far.
So you can also, I believe,
it is
defer your entire turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you do that. Basically, if Pipe Rifle fills you up, your reaction is to cast a level 2 whatever spell.
Oh.
Glow Joe, what's up?
Okay, so it is an alley.
I still have an action ready. Okay, I'm gonna shoot on.
You're gonna shoot the water, okay.
Shoot the water.
Attack the darkness.
I need to roll to see if I hit the water.
No, you can. You're pretty accurate. You can hit water. I'm not gonna make. I'm gonna try. So this is something just like as an aside. I want to try to get away from like making you roll for things that your character should obviously be able to do. So if you think that your character should just be like, as years of adventuring, I should be able to like tell if water's wet. Just say that if I ask for a roll, and I'll be like, good point. So no, you shoot the water. You shoot the column of water as it's rising. It's up to about 6 feet now above the previous water level. So it's almost about a human-sized target. So your arrows thud into it, and water begins kind of coming out of the column, as if it was slightly pressurized where your arrows had pierced it. It's almost like shooting a bucket with water in it, the way that the water is sort of coming out where your arrows had pierced. Your arrows have disappeared entirely. They're not sticking into the column or anything like that, but where they sank into the water is now a small water jet coming out. Mana, what's up?
I want to another action.
Okay. Limited options here.
That's fine. You don't need to do anything.
I'm actually gonna do two things here.
Wow.
Similar
Limited options, but I'm gonna do two of them. That's you right
Yeah.
now.
So I'm gonna I can always split my movement as we've talked about potentially, but I'm gonna move 10 feet here. I'm gonna cast 2 bolts again. One I'm gonna cast through the pillar of water. The other one I'm gonna cast at this clump of crystals down here. Because I don't think I've ever fired at a clump of crystals. I want to see what will happen.
I hope you haven't, because I don't remember, so it's gonna be new, whatever it is.
Hey, every
That was
crystal
a killer.
clump is a different arrangement,
Alright, so
different harmonic
I'm only-
frequencies.
So Adam, did you want to roll to hit the water, or are we just assuming that you can hit a big puddle of water and you were rolling for the
I mean,
crystals?
I feel like I should be able to hit a vertical target. I don't know. You tell me how wide the pillar is.
I mean,
but-
it's about 6 feet high, and it's the size of a pond. So I think you'd be able to
So,
hit it
yeah.
without, and then that would have been your roll on the crystal. But you tell me if I'm
okay,
wrong.
that's fine. That's fine. I was going to roll for the water and the crystal, but it's the same functionally. So it's
All
fine.
right. So basically, you blast the water. I don't know if you were expecting your bolt to pass through the water or what, but it hits the water, and there's a steam kind of comes off of the column from the impact, and the lip of the column above where the lip of the column of water directly above where you shot dips briefly as the steam rises up before the ever rising column of water kind of fills in that little dip at the lip, and the column grows a little bit higher up.
Water elementals are coming for their revenge.
You blast at the crystals, but you're not sure whether you're not sure whether you hit or just kicked up a big puff of sand from the beach right beside the crystals.
Inconclusive then. All right. Then I'm going to use the rest of my move to like get back where I was, so that I've been covering it.
Okay. Igor is still arms deep in his zombie. Doesn't be making particular progress with it. Breville.
Oh boy, I don't think I could stab a whole pond or bite it.
The pond pipe rifle.
If I didn't know whether or not I would just get instantly disintegrated, I would say I could dive in and see what happens. But I don't think that's a smart move. It might be a Lexi move. You're like, what are you guys so afraid of? There's just some water. Just dive in.
You know, it would also be a good use of your action.
Oh, that's right. You need energy juice.
Charging up your wizard buddy over here.
All right, that's right.
Good idea.
I don't actually need to do. I don't need to do anything.
It uses your action to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's no rolls or anything. So, how much do you need a second level spell slot?
It'd be wrong to also ask for a first. Or do you want to save that?
That's. I mean, what would you?
Wait,
what would you use it for? I can do that. You can do as many as you want, but multiple spell slots with a single touch, spending the appropriate amount of energy for each. I've got 3 total.
Save the other one for Dole.
Yeah, I don't know. First level healing might be worth having.
Me.
I don't think you have
Whoever
first level
needs
spell slots.
I mean, my spell slots are any level, so I would assume that if
I don't know how
I
that
could
works.
get any level back, then it would be adequate.
I don't know.
I think you cast all your spells at 3rd level.
Quill and Luther, what are you guys?
Cast
doing?
the first level.
Well, so wait,
level.
does this trigger Mediator's action then? Or was he going to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Yes.
fire off Mediator's precarious fucking sequence of events.
So he
What do you
yells
guys-
at me that he needs a charge. I run over and fire up the magic and start glowing. which would also detect magic if there's any nearby.
I'm.
And then give him the
I want
juice.
to cast Mirror Image, which causes 3 illusory duplicates of myself to appear in my space.
Ugh, I'm disgusted. I didn't know you were going to use it to make more of yourself. Ugh. What a
what I'm
waste
doing
of
with it.
magic. Oh god. There
See
they are.
double here. 4 crusties.
Oops.
Oh no. He died so soon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
That's
too
pretty
many.
great.
I think they. I
Christ.
think they occupy the same. Yeah, they occupy. That works.
Yeah, you can
Didn't
control them.
I didn't know you had that handy.
So they appear in your space, but you can then send them out for
Wait,
movement.
they-
you
they-
cast that on your. You're casting Mage Armor when you got juiced up, not Mirror Image.
I cast Mage Armor like last week.
All right.
He did. I do remember that.
All right.
But I used for my first turn of initiative last time.
Yeah, he was a coward and went and hid and protected himself instead of
You're gonna need to
engaging
be
in
more
combat.
specific because he was a coward and went and hid from combat.
Oh yeah, he did that last round too. You're right. I know.
Could have been any turn, any week.
All right.
You remember when I made
Quill
fun
and
of him that he
Luther.
was gonna go behind that rock and hide? Then
Remember when he gave that Flayer corpse to that guy?
yeah,
Didn't do that. I wasn't even here.
It's
Seems
been
like you were.
retconned to be 100% your fault by consensus. Sorry.
Would it cost Quill a lot of like movement or action to jump down from the rocks once shit pops off?
No.
I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right
He's
back.
just gotta stay up there then.
All right. What are you doing?
Is anyone significantly injured besides?
I have a lot of dead guys. If you could heal some of them, that'd be great.
Probably not. If not,
Have any diamonds, bringer?
I'm just gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at
You broke off.
level 2. I said.
For whom? Yourself?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it on myself because I'm hurt.
Okay. The water continues to rise. It's standing about 10 feet tall, and the top of the water column is beginning to wobble quite a lot now. As it spins, it's almost like there's sort of a mass inside the water that's pulling the edge of the water out. It's spinning. As it kind of gets further and further out, it suddenly breaks, and the lip of the water just comes crashing down over top of the ring of crystals surrounding the original pond. As soon as the water collides with the crystals, the water basically fires back up into the air. There's now a column standing about. Let me draw that shape here.
Drink.
I was sort of hoping maybe the crystals like kept this power in the pond.
You were hoping the crystals were here for good?
Well, or just for ritual magic that contained something instead of summoned something, but oh well.
Well, good thing I brought pipe rifle over here.
Bloop! The big fucking circle. Even covering that boulder's dick.
So the circle's about this big right now. It's almost catching pipe rifle and mediator, Quill. All of you are 5 feet away from the column of water, which is surging and continuing to rise and rotate.
Retreat is always an
Peter, what are
option.
you doing?
That's the barbarian.
Escalated quickly.
You're wet now.
Let's see. It's even the.
Actually, right here, can I see anything in the pond since I'm like
Yes,
it's up against my
face? You can see
face?
a number of shapes moving inside the pond.
It's not even a pond anymore. Inside the cylinder.
Inside the water column, you can see a number of shapes sort of swimming in this kind of rising counterclockwise spiral. And when they get to the top, they'll sort of they swim to the middle and dart back down to the bottom.
I don't think we should Here.
All right. Well, so that's your turn then. Glojo, what are you doing?
Water seems to be getting big.
Sure does. All right, Mana, what are you up to?
I'm probably gonna back away a little bit. Really dangerous.
All right. Cool.
Do it.
Well, we better get on that.
I'm actually. I'm gonna post up back here by the pile of corn.
It's a good safe
Actually,
place.
no.
All right. Pipe, what are you doing?
I'll go back.
I am falling back behind this bush.
All right,
I'm going to
Quill,
peer
what's
at
up?
the giant water from the bush. Where's Quill going?
Quill will.
Go ahead.
Quill will stay there.
Bird.
He'll
He's
stay,
gonna
he'll
stay.
stay on the rock for now.
Luther, what's up?
Stay there and drown.
I'm gonna back up.
You're going to drown in the sky, Quill. Don't do it.
All right.
Oh, man, it's dead.
The air in the palisade fort is now spinning. There's leaves being picked up and blown wildly. The grass itself is being tossed. Small pieces of debris are being sort of blasted past you guys as the wind has caught the energy from the column of water and is now picking up whatever it can. Some of the tables around the encampment of Igor's next to you are starting to rattle as the air is enough to sort of almost shake the tables loose. The column of water continues to rise. It's now standing about 50 feet tall. The edge of the water is now over top of the palisade wall, basically extending additional 20 feet or so out from the edges. As the orbit becomes increasingly eccentric of the water column at the top, rotates increasingly faster and wilder. Suddenly, the surface tension of the water is broken and the column collapses again, catching most of you within the sphere. Those of you without are immediately caught up as the wave bounces against the ground and rises up. There's now a column of water raising about 70 feet into the air that all of you are within. The border of the column of water is essentially, I'm going to get rid of this surface here, so this big goofy thing here in the middle, so we have something to work with. We'll basically say that the column of water is roughly the perimeter of the palisades.
Oh, jeez.
Seems bad.
All right, we'll wait for Mediator before I continue.
What happened to me?
So, are we underwater or in a storm?
You guys are underwater now.
Okay.
So, Mediator, are you back?
You can actually give me a minute before we start. That would be, yeah.
Yep, that's cool. I got to go pee, so.
Well, good thing I can hold my breath.
Oh.
Good thing I can chomp. I'll chomp the water.
Still think you should bite the crystal bubbles, right?
One of these days, I will bite a crystal. Let me check if this one's real, and I just chaw on it with my back molars, and my fucking head explodes.
If I get Quill killed in this session.
I need to make coffee, actually.
He understands. He knew the risks.
Is there still time to kill Igor?
Well, before we face this horrible monster, let's just off Igor. Just
No one
blast.
will see me kill Igor because
Just put 2 fingers up to his temple and fire an Eldritch Blast through his head.
You just push him through the column of water. He falls out and down.
Went to Target today. First time in a while. I got to Target at like 9:30 in the morning. And like, no kidding, like literally at least 95% of the people I saw all wearing masks.
All right, I am back.
That's good.
I got back. I left at about 11. And like,
Dad was making
20%
coffee.
people were wearing masks at that point. Like, it was clear the people who got up early, seriously, or not.
Yeah.
They're just like, whatever, I'm showing up.
Yeah. And that's a big social function of the mask, is it immediately broadcasts I'm one of the people who's taking it seriously, at least a little bit, as opposed to not wearing one now is like, could be don't have one, could be that you think it's a hoax, like too many variables.
Thank you, Pipe Rifle, for your instruction today.
Oh, you're breaking up, but that one from Imager? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the link was that you posted, that one's the one I used. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, that one. There's like that, and then if you don't have like a scrap of fabric, I found one that was you take a bandana or a handkerchief, and it's the same thing, and you fold it up in thirds and then put hair ties over it.
Who has a bandana? Like,
I have a couple that I bought.
why?
Hikers will have like buffs, so it's similar to a bandana, but it's a tube instead of a flat item.
And I saw some of those, and I almost bought one of them online because those you see everywhere, and those are a pretty reasonable option. But like, I've seen a lot of people with just straight up like bandana with like the bandana pattern on it. I'm like,
yeah,
where are those coming from and being used? Because it's like,
I saw a 2-pack of gray ones at Walmart, and they were like $3, and I bought them, and I use them to like make a Rambo bandana to keep sweat out of my eyes when I'm doing yard. Like that's
probably it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not an outdoors person.
Well, and then I think I took the other one from that 2-pack and I put it in the like go bag that I have in my car because I felt like it's one of those things. It's like in there's like a flashlight and batteries and a handkerchief and some matches and just I don't know. Maybe you'll need a scrap of fabric. But yeah, that's
exactly
much
happened on the last world turn.
Okay. So, the water column continued to build. The eccentric orbit at the top led it to get about 20 feet wider than the column's base, which led it to collapse, which enveloped almost all of you. And then the rebounding wave of water caught the rest of you. The water column surged, is now about standing, well, it's hard to tell from within, but you would wager between 50 to 70 feet tall. And the width of the column now is, for gameplay's sake, roughly the palisade enclosure.
Okay.
So I deleted the other thing just so we could have a cleaner map to work off of.
So running into the corner was probably a bad idea, but running anywhere else wouldn't have helped.
Not particularly, no. The water, for those of you who have tasted water before, is very salty, which is odd because the inlet stream that you had come in at the Palisade previously was definitely a freshwater stream.
How long can we hold our breath?
Some of you can hold your breath for like 15 minutes. So I checked
Yeah,
my character sheet, and it seemed like you were all going to be fine through this. So,
I mean, I can't, but whatever.
Just assume my character sheet applies to everybody. We all have 100 hit points and can hold our breath for 15 minutes.
I have literally no advantage of holding water.
Adam, if you thunderstep away, take me with you.
My thunderstep away, I will shock all of us.
It'll shock everyone.
Did anybody here ever play Quake, like the original?
Yes.
Remember the lightning gun and how it would just kill everybody in the water? Like if you fired it, if anybody was in the water, it would just kill everybody.
I mean,
anyway, that was a fun throwback, unrelated to
technically,
think
the thunder happens after I teleport away, so myself and whoever leaves with me would be okay.
So we need to form like a skydiving, like a big ring of hands underwater, and then thunder step away and nuke the place on the way
I can
out.
only take one person, so that doesn't.
So this isn't Pokemon. Thunder damage is like sonic damage, not lightning damage, which is a separate thing.
Oh wow! Do you really have to put
Damn
that
radiant
Pokemon
fire
in there,
bullshit.
though? That was.
Is
Are
it thunder,
we-
not lightning?
Okay, so as you guys
Are we all swirling around in the water
so
spout?
you are swirling around in the water now. Pipe Rifle had seen a number of shapes swimming inside the water earlier.
Yeah.
What kind of shapes you got there, Pipe?
I couldn't tell you because we're all underwater.
Kind of look
and
like
I didn't.
sharks if you were to
I see him
hear
now.
a little bit more closely.
Final
And then
Fantasy combat music.
Near the suspended in the water are still the sigils that you had seen previously, and at the center sigil is a large creature.
I'm gonna bite him.
Wow! I should capture him in my Pokeball.
Come for his tooth.
I'll give it back to him. Come here, motherfucker.
I'm gonna capture him, Mediator.
Gonna get him in your master ball.
Yeah.
So there are one very large shark and two smaller sharks.
So baby shark, if you will.
I like that this is the easiest way Bringer could think of to make an enemy that Mediator couldn't levitate, is to put us all into a giant column of water.
You'll still try.
Try that on for a second. Yeah, you levitate him out of the water, he'd be really fucked, I suppose, if they're water breathing.
What are we gonna do?
The creature in the middle is somewhat hard to make out all of the details. It appears somewhat fish-like, but there is a large cloud of mucus sort of floating around the creature in the water.
Less inclined to bite.
Suck it up.
I'm not gonna swim through a bunch of fish diarrhea just to bite a giant monster.
When you bite a monster, you're biting bone and meat and blood. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's food.
Okay, and
Poop
are you
isn't
gutting
food.
the monsters and like cleaning the intestinal tract out before you devour it? No, you're an animal. You eat it, like poop and all.
I would not. I would leave poisonous guts like animals do because they know it's bad for them.
Do they? I don't know much
So-
about animals, to be honest.
So
I always thought that like
I
hyenas
don't
and
think you
shit
should eat
left
the whole
the
fucking thing.
bad shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
Vultures aren't able to be poisoned or whatever, so they eat the whole thing. I don't know. Guess what? Doesn't matter for right now. I'm gonna bite that big fish
So
as soon as I know
I
the
mean,
mucus won't harm me
So
to swim
flying
through. That's
type
the
Pokemon
important
would
part.
clearly eat the whole animal, but I guess like horse type Pokemon might not because they're more herbivores, right?
I've seen a horse eat a seagull before, so nature's fucking weird.
to be clear, we're all suspended in this swirling column of water. There are sharks and one large shark thing.
Like the Cerulean City Gym.
that's correct.
Are we all on the same?
You're roughly about the same altitude above the ground because you were all picked up around the same time.
That was my question.
Yeah.
And it's
Cool
my
mirror image. You know
Is it-
what's also a third level spell? Water breathing.
Really?
Spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see the ability to breathe underwater.
Wow.
I'm familiar with this. You don't need to explain the spell book to me.
I didn't know it was up to 10 creatures. That's what's amazing.
And
I was like, well, you know,
affects the entire party. It lasts 24 hours. You can cast it in the morning, and it lasts all day. I'm aware of all of that.
That'd be really
My
cool.
dick, Michael.
I didn't know all of that. I was looking for ways out of this.
All right, Mediator, what are you up to?
Okay. Are the sharks in the initiative order?
No, I should actually get them there. That's a good idea. Let me get that taken care of for you.
Am I the closest person to all of the sharks?
Sort of spread out, but
The water was engulfing everything.
This one's closest to Glojo, but these other ones are closer to me.
Oh yeah, because I fell
going
back
back
on
to
my
base.
turn. Thankfully, he's got champion initiative.
Fuck the sharks.
All right, there we go.
Now those sharks did pretty damn well too.
20, 13, and 9.
Yep.
Which is the aren't there like 5 sharks?
They doubled up. 2
Right,
20s,
okay.
2 9s.
I only see 3 on the board.
There's
Yeah,
3 of these.
There's 3
sorry,
hammerheads.
I
plus
meant
this one.
I just did them side by side. So,
Which ones are which?
so
I don't know,
these are the 20s right here on the right hand side. and
Straight
these are
up,
the 9s.
the straight hammerhead and other fish, and then the 2 curvy hammerheads have 20s.
This one has a 20 right here, and this one has a 20 right there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got those mixed up. Yeah.
And this one has a 9, and this one has a 9, and this one has a 13. Then the middle.
Oh,
one
I
has
thought
a
my
13.
shit was easier to understand. But I was...
I rolled them in 3 batches by sides, basically, left, right, and middle.
Right, so
And if you mouse over it in the turn order, it should highlight.
hypnotic pattern does not have a verbal component, somatic and material, so you should be able to cast it underwater. I'm sorry, the baby's like pulling at the headphone wire.
Yeah, no, take your time.
I'm curious about underwater prismatic or hypnotic pattern for sure.
Yeah. Yes. Second, I want to map out the space. If this square here is part of a cube, affect this thing.
If the square is part of a cube, what?
So if I cast a spell with a cube area and this square is included, that would
Which specific square are we talking about? So the sharks are high up in the column of water, and this guy is at the sigils.
He's all the way down.
Yeah, so he's low in the water. He's at the sigils. The sharks appear to have been swimming near the top of the column. Maybe they were.
Got it. Okay, so this guy is not on our altitude. The 4 sharks are.
The 4 sharks are above you. You're about 5 feet above the middle thing. The sharks are about 50 feet above you.
Oh, I thought we were all on the same altitude.
You guys, sorry, all of you, your party is all about on the same altitude. Sorry, I meant the party is all about on the same altitude. You're maybe like 20 feet off the ground at this point. The thing in the middle is about 15 feet off the ground, and the sharks are near the top of the column, about 55 feet off the ground, so 35 feet above you.
Okay. So I want to cast Hypnotic Pattern on the sharks here. Since it doesn't have a verbal component, I think I can do it underwater. It's just somatic and material.
Oh, real quick, I found a great set of rules for underwater stuff that was sort of a homebrew, and they've got some things like if we wanted to agree to a common set, interesting stuff. I don't know how much other underwater combat we're going to do, but they have stuff like what happens when you run out of breath, and like if you cast a spell with a verbal component, you use all your remaining air, as opposed to otherwise you can hold your breath for like Constitution +1 minutes or something.
Well, this is specifically not a verbal component spell. The 2 sharks have to make DC 15 Wisdom saving throws.
And that's just something I'm passing on to Bringer. It's item of interest. We don't have to worry about it now.
All right, DC 15 saves, you say?
Yeah, Wisdom.
What sharks have for wisdom? Come on, second dice. There we go. Okay, they both failed.
All right, fuck you, sharks. And so we're how far above the level where the big shark thing is? Are we?
You guys are about 8 feet above where the big shark is based.
Right. Okay.
Where I drew the pipe
And then
on there.
so 8 feet. Right. Okay, that makes sense. So 8 feet above, and then how far away? Oh, how much movement do I have? How far can I swim on?
Half movement speed in swimming.
Right. Okay.
All right, what's up?
So can I
still...
use the rest of my movement to swim? Use the rest of my turn to swim over here with my action.
Yeah, but that's one of your mirror images.
Yeah, everyone's coming. We're all going. They're coming with me.
All right.
Can you leave them behind as shark bait?
No, they stay in my space.
Oh.
Glojo, what's up?
Oh, can I shoot arrows? And we're underwater, right?
Yep.
Can't shoot arrows underwater, can I?
Not really,
sharp.
But everybody going over there. I guess I'll go over there. Over here. I think that's all the movement I can do.
Mana, what's up?
Would you say that I can perceive if these sharks are intelligent? One, not the big central shark, but these other ones.
Sorry, you're gonna perceive if they're intelligent?
Can I just tell? Not necessarily make an action for perception roll. Like, are they normal ass sharks?
They look like normal ass sharks.
Normal ass sharks. Okay.
The one in the middle does not appear to be a normal ass shark, but
right. Yeah, I kind of assumed that was not a normal ass shark. Okay. Then because they are normal ass sharks, what I'm gonna do is I am going to hide. I'm gonna fly back. I'm gonna move towards the ladder over here. I mean, these things aren't 60 feet tall anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
No, they're not.
Yeah, I guess. All right, then I'm gonna actually move. I'm gonna like hide under this pile of or I'm gonna hide by this pile of.
So you're swimming down towards the ground a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah. How long can we hold our breath for? By the way, no, I don't. We actually asked that question.
I'll be right back.
Constitution bonus plus 1 minutes. I think.
Okay, so I can hold my breath for 13 minutes and each turn.
Suffocating is what it's under. Yeah, number of minutes equal to 1 plus its Constitution modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. When you run out of breath or are choking, you can survive a number of rounds equal to the con modifier. Start of its next turn, you drop to 0 hit points and it's dying. Can't regain hit points or be stabilized until you can breathe again.
All right, but I'm not really swimming down. I'm swimming towards the wall in case I can like exit the water column at a certain perhaps. But I'm also going to take the opportunity to blast. I'm going to blast two things. One, I'm going to blast the shark, and then I'm going to blast the pile of corpses to try and chum up the water. Since they're dumb sharks, they just care about chum. So,
all right, which shark are you shooting?
I'm shooting the closest shark.
In the hypnotic pattern, okay.
Well, did he actually get hit by the hypnotic pattern?
Yeah, the two sharks were in the pattern.
And they're not moving because they're hypnotized.
Don't shoot those sharks.
All right, then we're going to shoot the far shark, because guess what? I can still hit him. Fuck you.
Fart shark?
Yeah, the far shark over here.
The fart shark.
No.
Well, I guess that's actually still a closer. Yeah, I'm going to shoot the far shark.
Okay.
All right.
This will be a good way to find out what happens when you cast a verbal spell underwater.
Is Eldritch Blast verbal?
There is.
You've been yelling Kazam this whole time. You know that?
Oh, Adam, actually, That reminds me. Roll 1d12.
1d12. I don't like that.
Okay, great. Now make a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't take that much perception to realize that you're not actually like holding your breath per se right now. The mask, well, the skull appears to have sort of sealed up around your nostrils, around your mouth. And as you attempt to make your cast underwater, rather than using a verbal component, your skull sort of twitches almost as if the lips were moving, and you are able to cast a spell underwater with a verbal
I do like the chest bump thing where like I pound my chest twice with my fist, I kiss my fingers, and I hold it to the sky.
Should you be pointing down?
Big,
Listen.
big. I just like
You
to give
point
big
your fingers
pounds
at
to
the
my
sharks.
patron.
Yeah.
For him, all things are
At the sharks, Adam.
What?
Your fingers at the sharks, please.
All right, so now I don't know if I need to like roll to hit the fucking pile of corpses or not.
Nah, you're able to hit a pile of corpses. I mean, it's probably not the first pile of corpses you've shot energy at. Let's be honest.
I'm not Igor here.
So.
All right. So then do I hit?
Smote the shark. Roll for damage.
All right. Here, let's see now. There we go. Oh, that's wrong. So minus 10 off of that.
No, just roll a 1d. Roll a 1d10.
1d10.
Just do it properly. Excuse me. So you get 10 damage on the shark then.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good smack. You give it a good shot right near the tail. It sort of spins.
Can we see if it falls for the ruse and goes for the chum?
The shark in front, it doesn't. It's not its turn yet. These two guys are in the thing. Hypnotic pattern. They don't get a turn. They don't get a turn until what breaks pattern? I forget.
Taking damage or
your concentration breaks, right?
Yes.
Really? That seems pretty good. All right.
I didn't realize until today that it didn't require a verbal component.
It's also really good.
These sharks should go crazy with that blood.
Oh, Glojo asked about arrows, and I found this is rules is written for underwater combat. Basically, crossbows and stuff that have the tension applied for you will work, as well as like stuff you can throw. Otherwise, it's all disadvantage. So I would probably
I'll go swim up to them and stab them with it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna swim with daggers if we're gonna have to fight underwater for a while, but most of us can't. Right. I don't know.
I mean, the sharks are going to descend on the pile of corpses, and we can just stab them while they're not paying attention.
Igor's turn. He begins crawling, following his arm, which is already like shoulder deep inside the chest of the Zombogre. He's now got his head and other shoulder inside there, and it appears to be crawling inside of the Zombogre.
Oh,
pilot it like a Mac.
Fuck yeah,
Flash Mac.
Like the Mega Man mech where you're just sticking out of the top torso stuff.
Dope and incredibly gross.
Okay, real quick. Can you guys all make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw? Oh, sorry, no, I can't do that. Sorry, no, that's a lie. We are going to... This guy's got too many options.
I don't like a stat block that you have to peruse. Would enjoy just, bite.
It's so much better when people play without reading their stat blocks.
I mean, I don't know any stat block. I don't know what this thing is. I don't like that Bringer has to thumb through it, though,
Yeah,
because
sorry.
he's got so many fucking
Go
options.
ahead and make that DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Everyone?
Yes.
What's the DC?
14.
Jesus. Bringer.
Yep, I'm good.
Nice.
Did anybody not?
I'm missing Quill, I guess.
I already passed.
Oh, and Quill passes. So, Adam.
Wait.
Adam, what's
Yeah.
your. Do you not have a plus to wisdom? You don't have a plus to
Nope.
wisdom.
Has a +3.
Wait, what?
Proficient in wisdom saving throws. Get a +3 to your modifier.
I'm double checking
Your
that
modified
now.
roll with a 14.
I didn't know you could be
normally
proficient
trust
in
council,
saving
but I
throws.
don't know if I trust. Damn it, I do trust council. All right,
I'm
Adam.
fucking right. You're welcome, Adam.
Holy shit, Adam. You owe mediators so much.
All right, good work, mediator. I thought it was a 10 anyway, but all right, fine.
It was a DC 14 wisdom saving throw. You rolled an 11, but you get a +3 to wisdom saves.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
So
good work, mediator.
Yeah, you kept him from the fucking electric chair. Good work, I guess.
Council comes through here.
You freed an innocent man. Good work, THX.
I didn't know that I had the bonuses. I thought our standard bonuses were the bonuses. I didn't know there were bonuses on top of the bonuses.
Do we get passive?
So Adam, I'll show you what Mead's
I've literally never used that box before. Okay.
The saving throw box in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
You get +6 to charisma saves, for example. So
right.
Every class is proficient in 2 types of saving throws.
Gotcha.
Dex, Con, and Wisdom are the 3 ones, and Strength, Int, and Charisma are sort of less important. So each class gets 1 good common save and 1 uncommon save.
So the negative should I be okay? Well, I guess so. That already aligns. Intelligence aligns. The dexterity.
So you get a modifier that corresponds to your ability modifier, and then you have proficiency in 2 types of saving throws. The same way you can be proficient in any kind of skill.
Yeah, and that proficiency gives you a +3, so your wisdom goes from +0 to a +3. Your charisma goes from +3 to +6.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it all. Basically, long story short, this aboleth, this creature's rage is communicated through the water, basically turning the water into an instrument of its frenzy. However, all of you succeeded in the saves, and
we all cover our ears.
Water surges with the rage and collapses. So those of you who didn't swim down on your turn, which would have been all of you, need to fall from. You're coming down with the water, so you're just gonna. All of you need to make a strength saving throw to avoid being knocked prone as you drop 20 feet in the world's worst water slide.
Oh, not a strength saving throw.
I mean, the water didn't disappear; it went somewhere.
It basically dropped down, splashed out, and kind of you're sort of almost in a bowl of water as the water's surging away.
Right, but what I'm saying is the column of water 20 below me fell and had to go. It's fine. All right.
Yes, but to avoid being swept away by that water, Adam, is what the strength saving throw is for.
I'm only complaining because my strength is garbage.
I know.
You don't want it's that part in Eraser where he shoots the water tank at the seafood restaurant, it gets knocked off his feet, and then he says "your luggage" and kills the alligator.
That's at a zoo. You're confusing Mission Impossible.
Fuck, you're right. That's where he sticks the gum on the thing.
I was hoping we were going to talk about the your luggage.
All right, so from the
let's do both. I'm gonna watch those 2 movies together and see if they sync up.
Knocked off of his feet and swept backwards, towards the edge of the wall, basically. If you
So
just
pipe
mediator, if
rifle?
you drag over top, by the way, you'll just get all of them at once.
Pipe
Pipe
rifle,
rifle passes and is now standing
I
forward.
did a
with-
22. I do a fucking superhero
Yeah.
kick flip and land in a 3-point boat.
Flojo is also pushed up against the wall and knocked prone. Where the hell's Mana? Mana likewise is pushed into the wall and proned. Luthorb, where are you? You're slammed backwards as well. Quill somehow retains his grip. He comes down basically on the rock surface and like scrabbles and maintains his grip on the rocks.
Fucking bird.
And the Zomboger and Igor are virtually unshaken by the drop. Well, you can really only see the Zomboger at this point, but it kind of just plunks down.
Can we take damage from this?
No, you don't take damage. You're only knocked prone by the collapse of the water. So you don't take damage because you're sort of falling with the water, but you're pushed up against the edges of the palisades for like what feels like an eternity, but probably was just about a few seconds as the water sort of surges past you and pours off of the hill around you.
What happens to the sharks?
The sharks take a significant amount of falling damage, and
Woke up my sharks.
well, they don't actually take any falling damage. They're rushed downwards with the water. So the water is now about 3 feet deep where you guys are standing. So this is all going to be difficult. This all counts sort of as difficult swampy terrain. The sharks are going to be moving at half speed because they're not able to swim at full speed, but they are otherwise unaffected. The hypnotic pattern sharks are out of the hypnotic pattern, but that goes away afterwards. They are still dazzled. Ding for dazzling.
Dazzled.
Dazzle ding.
Ding.
So the sharks that were stunned got washed out pretty far. One of them got caught on that thing, and one of them's up on that wall. These other sharks got pushed a little bit, but were not stunned, and so we're able to swim. This one got pushed
These sharks
further.
are still charmed.
They're still charmed. They didn't take damage, so they are still charmed. This one got pushed a bit. This one over here got pushed a bit further because Adam blasted its tail.
Yeah, suck it.
These ones are still able to swim, but at about half their regular swim speed. This guy is actually still hovering up above the water, sort of with the middle sigil. Pipe rifle, your turn.
Oh boy. So are those sharks still combat ready? Are we in like any amount of water? Is it all?
You're about 3 or
Right.
4 deep in water, so this is difficult terrain for you to walk through.
So these guys might come swimming around like deep blue sea and just trying to bite us while we're waist deep in water. So
These guys will.
there's
Hide
still
it back.
targets. I'm not actually close enough to get to anybody, especially in difficult terrain. So I will start. I'm gonna sweep around. Try to 20 feet is difficult terrain. All right,
You can
I should probably,
dash. Use your full movement.
I should probably stay closer to the big guy because I got the big HP bar right now.
Look at you
Yeah.
being responsible.
I'm going to dash, but not quite all of it because I don't want to go right up next to him. So I'm going to end up about here.
I get to hit him if he's floating 12 feet above the water.
Well, that's true too.
Jump.
Jump and strike.
What's your
How about
swim
instead
speed,
of dashing,
What's your swim
swim
speed?
speed's full.
You're pretty tall, right? You can hit him.
If I
So
can
you
swim,
could just,
then
you could
yeah.
yeah. So like there's
If they can swim, I can swim.
correct. So you could pretty much just go full alligator mode here.
Yeah. And then with a dash, I'd be right close enough to get bit by a shark because I wouldn't have an action.
Maybe
Would be
getting
funny.
bit by the shark is your action.
And it would keep your rage going if you.
Well, that's the thing is I need to. Yeah, I'm going to swim up here, so that's movement, and then for my bonus action, I will rage and roll on the wild soul table. We'll see how that changes what might happen next. All right. Also, before I roll this, sorry, let me look at this. It says it in here. No, it says it in the thread. Do we want to agree that I could either roll a die to move it up or down on the table, or give it a built-in, you can move it one up or one down, just to keep it from sucking and being repetitive?
You can roll a 1d4 to shift it. One and two
Like
will
once
shift.
per long rest?
One or two will shift it up by that number, and 3 or 4 will shift it down by 1 or 2.
Pipe Rifle, you scared you're going to drain all of
Okay.
our hit points again? That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I think you're.
Well, there's no
shit.
commoners.
No, you're out of range now. Yeah. The only people in range are going to be the big bad and Igor and his demon mech. So, all right, 1d20, go. I'm not getting dice rolling sounds for some reason. All right, 5. That's the necrotic energy one. Ah, but one down is you are born aloft and fly.
Fly.
Energy,
But
intangible
you've already
spirits.
been born.
Yeah, I gotta. Necrotic energy is this is the one. 5 is necrotic energy. You gain temporary hit point. Would that replace my other temporary hit point?
I think temporary hit points don't stack, but you only take advantage of the largest source, which was your previous surge.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would do a bit of necrotic damage to them. I still think it's probably better to roll again because I don't want to do the same one literally twice in a row. That's the whole point of the reroll. Yeah, I turned my roller off and now it's not loading. Being weird. Okay. Is that a 3? So that's up 1 to 6 is the flying one. So now I can fight that fucker.
There you go.
Gain flying speed.
You run to the edge of the water pool, which is sort of now again the water in the area has sort of receded back to its original boundaries. Yes, and you run up to the edge of that and basically enter a rage and are borne aloft through the power of anger.
Yeah, you want to play Psychic Rage? Let's go. Blasted all of us. So I didn't actually take an action, but there's not much other action I could take, so I used all my movement already. So I'm just kind of floating maybe a few feet off the ground.
You've launched yourself slightly airborne.
And I spend my turn realizing that happened, yeah. All right. I gotta do or take some damage next turn.
Do you use your full, use all of your movement? Did you dash as your action?
I swam. Oh, that's right, because I swam 40, bonus action rage.
You can still attack.
Well, I can't really from this range, but I could use more action to get close.
Javelin or a hand axe or something.
I do have
hand axes.
I do have hand axes and daggers, which I can throw. Actually, I don't have a hand axe, but I can throw daggers.
Barbarians start with. I think you never changed your starting equipment from.
Yeah, we did talk about axes. Are they significantly better than a dagger for any real reason?
A hand axe does more damage than a dagger does.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm asking. I didn't have it in front of me. Is it like 1d6?
So you can probably throw them about as far.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to add it to roll 20 real quick, but I'm fucking it up.
They do slashing instead of piercing damage.
Okay. So it'd be a 1d6 plus 3 for me and a 60-foot range?
It's throw it up to 60 feet, but if it's farther than 20 feet away, you have disadvantage.
Oh, that's right, but he is 20 feet.
Yes.
How far away is he? 20 feet?
Yeah, exactly.
Convenient.
20 feet. And that is still a +6 to hit. Unless
you're not going to have your hand axes after that unless you pick them up later.
That's fine. I do have backup daggers. That was going to be my underwater attack.
Okay.
Fix your inventory later to line up with the barbarian starting equipment.
All right. It flies over here into the camp and hits this. It bounces through this campfire over here behind it, lights itself on fire, and lands in the spellbook.
No!
Cannon.
Why did you encourage me to do that, me?
If there was a water-breathing spell in that tent.
So this guy, I rage, I fly up into the sky in defiance of God and gravity, and then limply throw a hand axe past him.
You couldn't really. You didn't have any. You weren't really prepared to like brace yourself to throw it, so you kind of like sort of slightly tumbling as you tossed it, which really threw the throw off.
Yeah, I like to imagine I run up to the edge and spread my arms wide, thinking I'm going to do the Iron Man chest beam, and then instead I just tip backwards and like float into the sky. I'm like, wait, what? Fuck. Okay, grab an axe off the belt, just huck it. Nope. Okay, I'll be with you in a second. As I rotate around.
All right.
Next
Bad
turn,
news
you got it.
for Glojo Sharksbane. He's being attacked by a shark.
Oh. Does he get the hated creature bonus against sharks? The way it should have been written, where it does
16.
something.
Do you get hit by 16? I believe. I don't know what 1DF is, so I'm gonna re-roll that because it rolled.
Well, you got 2 successes.
All right. Hits Glojo for 6
Hits.
piercing damage. Tried to bite you in the junk, Glojo.
Which are not here.
The Hunter's Mark, the archer from before,
He did Hunter's Mark and Archer that died.
is a saving throw if he took damage.
There's nothing with Hunter's Mark on it, though.
I mean, but he's still concentrating on the spell unless he dropped it
Oh, okay.
before.
Well, then when he comes back, he can record 6 damage and make that saving throw. This shark swims to about here. Can't do anything. It's Quill's turn.
Quill is gonna run along the rocks and jump down and land on the shark that's attacking Glojo and hit it with his course.
Okay. Woo! I'll roll for damages.
First one is 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Quick question. On his page, it shows for the core staff damage 1d6 plus 4, and then below it in gray 1d8 plus 4. Is it? Do I add both of those?
No, it's if you're doing it one-handed or two-handed.
Okay.
I think he normally uses it two-handed.
I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be two-handed. So, 1d8.
Put some more oomph into it.
First one does 6 damage, and another attack. It's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll be another 7 damage. And for his bonus action, he's going to do an unarmed strike.
Are you going to be a shark stunner here? Do you have key points for that?
I have 1 key point, but I'm not going to use it on the shark.
Okay. Roll for unarmed strike, punching.
Unarmed strike is 20 to hit.
Hits.
Ooh, I rolled the wrong one. That will be 9 bludgeoning damage for the unarmed strike.
Wow. That is actually sufficient to kill it. Quill basically runs up, leaps on this shark, hitting it twice with his quarterstaff, and then just punches it right in the gills, holding on to its fin for leverage, and just like gill punches this shark into death. Mission.
If someone else saves Glojo from a shark, is he honor bound?
Possible. And
in
Quill,
some way.
Quill just gives a disapproving glare at Glojo.
Luthor, it is actually your turn now. Your turn.
Oh god. I got back-to-back Army of Two style. My spiritual weapon.
So you'll need to spend half of your turn standing up, or half of your
All right,
turn
I'll do
standing
that.
up.
Stand up. Move my spiritual weapon. Yeah, it's not close enough. Not close enough to hit any enemies. I'm gonna move it as close as I can to the main
How far?
monstrosity.
Right here.
It can move 20 feet.
Okay, so
I
it moves like
believe.
there then.
Yeah, just 20 feet closer to the main bad guy.
Leapfrog's pipe.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move forward. So I use half movement, so I have like 15 feet.
But it's difficult terrain, so you can move like.
I have,
like a square.
I have normal movement speed in water because of my armor.
Oh right, and you're also huge, so you can wade through this a lot more easily than somebody else.
Does that armor give you water breathing too?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a separate item.
That's the amulet. Wait,
Oh,
I think
right.
I lent that to someone who never gave it back. God damn it! I think I gave it to Glojo or something.
I thought we let
Just-
Patrick do the
You were going to, but you didn't have to. Because
Okay, I still have it.
I did the swimming. Yep, up to the gate.
And just to be clear, we're not. Okay, yeah, it's just I can poke my head out. I can do verbal spells now. Okay.
Yeah, we're not in
You're
deep,
no
dangerous
longer
water.
underwater.
You just about 4 feet.
Yeah. Deep enough that sharks can swim. I looked it up. And that it's difficult terrain, and it's kind of sort of seeping a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to be swampy like this until combat ends.
Should be able to cast something too.
Yeah.
I think the hypnotized shark should have taken damage because they stopped swimming for that period.
I thought about that pipe.
He's right.
I think they're probably still getting whatever they needed from the magical swirling vortex because it's about moving water over the gills.
Long, so a shark can stop swimming for more than that length of time without taking damage. But I did think about that, and I'm glad somebody else did too.
Like, what if it kept going? Yeah. At what point would they start at least like flipping out?
Yeah. Like, at what point are they freed from the hypnotic pattern because they've been like motionless in the water for so long that they've begun to drown?
Yeah.
All right, Mediator, what are you doing?
Hold on, I still have this
plus 1
spell.
minute.
Dual
Yeah. Since I don't have as much line of sight as I want to, I'm just gonna cast Spirit Guardians again, but designate Igor and his flesh monstrosity, and basically everyone except for the sharks and the horrible thing as my allies. So it's like I eat at them anymore.
All right. And woo.
I'm going to cast a fireball at the aboleth and the remaining shark.
Okay.
Centered over here. They both make DC 15 dex saves.
Okay.
Uh, 26 is the damage roll.
Okay. The shark rolls over dead. Glojo, are you back?
Does it singe the aboleth?
It does blast the aboleth, and sets these sigils to a wobbling and sparking furiously.
Attacked by a shark while I was dealing with the ding. Yeah. I heard stuff about that.
A shark came and bit your bottom. Now your bottom is bit, but Quill came over and killed the shark.
Sure.
You hate sharks.
I think you owe him a life debt.
The shark? The shark's dead.
I think is how to. And you owe for a life debt for saving you from the shark. The ranger code works.
I understand. Code?
It's on your character sheet.
Is it?
What's a character?
Fair.
of the Shark Hunter class features.
All right, Glojo, what are you doing?
I'm confused.
They're fucking with you because your character is named Sharksbane, and you've been
Understand.
saved by another person from a shark.
Did I take damage from the shark?
You took 6 damage from the shark when the shark bit your bottom. Yes.
Or living sharks? Well, there it is, but there's one way the fuck down there. Very far away.
Okay,
Are we
you have to
still
make a saving throw to save Hunter's Mark.
Yes, make a saving throw over Hunter's Mark to see whether you have lost its ability or not. Thank you.
What kind of saving throw is it again? Bring your cut out.
+2.
Just roll 1d20 plus 2.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, Hunter's Mark is gone. You no longer have Hunter's Mark. What are you doing? Hurry.
Taking an action to fire at something. No, it's still alive. Just the big thing in the middle.
There are 2 sharks that got pushed out to the wall to the south.
You don't have line of sight on the big thing.
You would have to move to get line of sight on the big thing. You're still prone right now, so whatever you do, you have to stand up first.
I just stand up then.
Okay.
Right.
Is that your whole action?
That's half of his movement. Now he needs to decide what else he's doing, or he's going to lose his turn because he's taking fucking forever.
I don't understand what's happening.
Okay, you don't get a turn. Mana, what are you doing?
Hold on.
Good.
You move to range and attack. You can do it.
All you needed to do was say something.
20 feet. Well, I don't know if that's half your movement. Maybe it's 15. But you got to get in. Okay, then you're on your way over. Yeah.
I can just stand there and ready in action in case anything attacks me.
No, you've died. You drowned. You took too long.
Whatever.
Mana, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to move back this way. It's my turn.
Where are you? Oh shit! You're along that back wall.
Yeah, I got washed out on the back wall, so I'm up now.
Hit the back wall at him.
God damn it. And I'm going to. I think both of these sharks are unhurt, other than they're hypnotized, but they are not still under the effects of the hypnotic pattern.
They appear to be still under the effects of hypnotic pattern. You don't see motion in their little fins.
All right, then before I move, blast the big shark. Love line in front of sight on the big shark.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move. All right. So and a miss. And a hit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep.
At least something hit.
That will hit.
All right. Now I'm gonna move. All right. That's all we got.
You still have spell slots, Adam?
I have one spell slot, yes. I'm saving it in the case of
Thing is
because I don't have a
hypnotic
battery.
pattern, I believe, so it don't get a turn. Hypnotic pattern.
Okay, so there's another boss after this one.
I'm actually.
Are you saving it? Saving it for Mecha? Are you saving it for Mecha Igor?
Mecha Igor. Igor
I do have to
2.0.
kill Igor, so that's a good point.
All
Quick
right.
question, Adam. Did you end Final Fantasy VII with 99 of anything?
Mecha Igor lumbers,
Don't worry.
turns around and lumbers over to his pile of things and begins sort of smashing his way through his stuff / searching through his stuff.
Is he really just like he climbed inside it completely, or what is?
Yes.
Is he just like hanging out of its
longer,
armpit or something?
You can no longer see Igor. The last you had seen him, he was basically both shoulders inside of the ogre's chest cavity.
Good for him.
Now you no longer see
I gotta say, I was
Igor.
expecting a heel turn when you turn towards me.
Ugh. If you turn undead, will the body leave and Igor will be like, "Hey, quit it! Quit making me run."
In the pond, there is a little bit more commotion in the water, and a ornately dressed Thagwin emerges near the crystal.
Oh, look who I might need that spell slot for later, assholes.
You want me to fly over and give you some spells?
This creature takes a number of steps towards Pipe Rifle, who is sort of suspended in the air like a pinata in front of him. Pipe, do you have full health or nah?
Yeah, more than full.
Okay, just want to
Remember,
double check.
with all the hit point, the temp hit point. I'd like to keep them though.
Would you?
This creature is going to try to bite you as you are suspended above its jaws.
No, quit it! Slapping him from up. Get. Oh, get.
All right, he chomps you.
Why would he do that
though? 2 damage because you're raging, so piercing damage. Rounds down.
Right. Don't care
so
for
he
that one
chomps you
bit.
for 2 damage.
So you're down to 41 temp hit points.
Yeah, how many hit points are you? Like, how many temp hit points do you have?
41.
Shit.
It was a big spell. There were a lot of people in that 30 feet, it turned out.
He swings at you with his sword.
Ah, dick.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Boy, I sure hope I can. Oh, God damn it. Went 12, 22.
Okay,
I
well,
saw it rock back and forth.
Well, 6 damage, because he fucking clobbered you with that. So
Jeez.
rounds down, take 6 slashing damage. Or does that only round down if it's... No, that's okay.
Slashing, bludgeoning, piercing.
Yep, you round down because your skin is quite resistant to the slashing damage of the sword. But as the sword hits you and leaves a small cut, you feel yourself beginning to choke. You're not able to draw breath right now, and you are incapacitated until the end of your next turn.
Do I fall out of the sky, or am I just sort of drifting around?
You're kind of knocked out in the sky, just like you're basically getting kind of force choked. You're one of the unlucky extras in Star Wars that's getting force choked right now.
All right.
Gasp.
Well, good thing my next turn comes quick.
Pool emerges another creature.
Why do they keep coming? And I said I was gonna yell stuff at them, but now I'm gonna be choked out. I was gonna actually talk to these fools.
Bursts out of the pond here.
Yeah. Yuck.
This is a hideous creature with slimy, translucent skin. Its lower limbs have been replaced with tentacles, and it is able to swim pretty quickly.
Gross.
So it swims
Some Resident Evil shit. I hate it.
the water over to these guys with its gross, creepy limbs.
Fuck that.
It tries to strike Glojo twice with its trident.
Warning flag. Postmark. Fuck you.
P.S. Fuck you.
All right, so the first strike is warding flared. Glojo, does a 13 hit?
Not.
Okay, second strike. Does an 18 hit?
Does.
Okay.
No.
Also ready to action, so do I get the counterattack?
I will let you have a single shot back at it as it kind of bursts out of the water and lunges at you. Because you had an arrow knocked, you'll get a shot back at it here. So you take 7 damage from its trident strike. You can roll to attack. It still has a little bit left of its turn, though, by the way. So
Wow.
Bob Dole.
I think he arrowed it on its way over.
I arrowed it when it hit me because I had a ready to action.
Yeah, so roll for damage on that. That's a good strike. So you pop it with an arrow as it pops up out of the water and strikes you. Bob Dole, it tries to hit you with one of its creepily long arms.
Gross.
Oh my god, it misses. Damn it. I mean,
Sure do.
good work.
That thing, since I have Spirit Guardians up, that thing must make a Wisdom saving throw since it entered
You are right.
on my turn.
I am glad you brought that up.
Get fired.
Spirit Guardian.
All right. 14.
Spirited
points.
away.
So I believe that's a save, right?
How much? 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would match it.
I mean,
Half
no.
damage though.
It takes half damage, and the damage was 15 radiant.
All right, so 6-7 damage from that then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, it's the thing in the middle's turn.
Hope he doesn't do anything weird.
It's going to swim up to here. And it swipes at Pipe Rifle with one of its tentacles.
How dare you?
We wait. Wait, 1d2, that's not right.
1d2 minus plus 7.
I think I'm going to re-roll that because a -6 is not necessarily the correct math. 16, that's a better number. How's that working for you?
Ah, that does hit me.
Okay, I need you to roll a Constitution save.
Good thing you sucked all our life force out from us.
Yeah? No.
Okay, so
You're
those
fucking
were like
kidding me.
the best and the worst outcomes for certain people of this group here.
Oh, come on. I needed that one.
So you're going to take 17 bludgeoning damage, but you have that again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take 8
8?
bludgeoning damage.
Okay. How dare you?
Where the tentacle lashes you, however, it springs, the tentacle leaves behind a mucousy residue that begins to sort of burn into your flesh in a way that concerns you.
8. Thankfully, we got some. There's water everywhere, so maybe I can scrub off the poison or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Start playing with house money with our hit points anyway, so.
Oh, it makes a couple of those swings.
Oh, great. I got all the ones in the world.
All right, so the 16's hit. We determined that.
Why do you keep hitting Mediator, is there any trick I could have one more AC that you can think of?
All right.
We've already talked about this.
You'll take another 9 damage from those other lashing blows.
All right.
You already failed on your Constitution save, so you get lashed a couple of more times, but it doesn't really have more of an effect.
All right.
All right.
And what?
And your turn is its turn is over. Your turn is skipped because you were stunned previously. So you're now regained control, but your turn is over.
Okay. Could I use it to talk, or since that's not an action, or is it my turn?
We'll let you talk quick because it's a shark's turn, and I guess you can talk while a shark does things.
I was just looking at both of them. The what I'm assuming is a priest and his god or whatever, and I'm just like, what the fuck could you possibly want with this plane of existence? You're gonna be look around. You're gonna be king of the idiot peasants. You're gonna be lord of the pile of corpses. Like what? What the fuck do you get out of any of this?
Make a persuasion check.
Not trying. I'm genuine. I'm like super frustrated, floating in the sky, getting beat up, and I'm like, why the fuck is any of this happening? I genuinely want to know. I don't know if you guys can talk.
Guess you're back down below 100 hit points now.
You don't get a response.
Yeah, that's why I'm panicked.
That thing did. It's Quill's turn. He is gonna.
No response.
Quill's gonna turn around and attack.
They don't want to give me a villain speech or anything.
No.
Bastard.
So Quill runs up and over, I guess, probably. Or is he coming after this thing that's right next to him? Probably that, eh?
Probably be the thing right next to him.
All right.
He's gonna make two-handed quarterstaff attacks. First one is 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Actually, I'm just gonna roll both attacks. Let's see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Second
rolls
is
just everything.
Yeah. Second is 15.
15 is a hit.
It's 5. That's 17 damage total from those two attacks.
Okay, thank you.
He's also going to. I don't know if he'd used his last key point on this thing, so he's just gonna unarmed strike it.
Okay.
It's 26 to hit.
That does hit.
Roll the wrong dice again. That is another 7 damage of bludgeon.
Nice. Good work, Quill. All right, Luther.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna use my spiritual weapon to bonk the giant shark abomination that's eating pipe rifle.
Oh yeah, send me that blunt.
Did your blunt go?
It's like under it somewhere, I think.
Oh, he might have gotten deleted in the sweep of all of the corpses and everything.
Nope, it was just underneath the thing. Yeah.
Oh, because our TVMA notice was removed.
All right, yeah. So you take a swing at that thing with your blunt.
That'll be only 12 to hit.
Misses.
Yeah. Let's see. What else can I do?
You can fight to the finish.
Use a first level spell and shoot a guiding bolt at the thing next to me.
What should we call this thing? Snakey? The snake one versus the fish one?
That's just a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Fuck.
A bunch of weird shit happened.
Fuck you, snake thing, tentacle. Fuck.
Snake!
They all got tentacles, that's the problem. Everything we fight's got fucking tentacles.
There's your time. They all got tentacles, and that's the problem.
If I come out of this alive, I'm gonna have a phobia of tentacles. Been smacked by a lot of them lately. One of them gave me a
That's my turn.
burn or whatever.
How much damage did you do? Sorry, I missed that.
I missed all my attacks.
Okay. Wonderful. I mean, terrible. Woo, what are you doing?
Do I know anything about aboleths?
Roll an Arcana check. You have heard of aboleths before, or you've seen something like this before. They are very rare. You've come across like rumors of them, talk of them through your. And I'll allow Adam to make a similar roll too, to see if he has. He might have similar knowledge from a different perspective. So Adam, can you make an Arcana check?
I can do that, yes. Boy, I wish there was like a button I could just push on my character sheet. Just
Yeah, you do, because you just if I just hit the button on your character sheet and that gave you a 19. But
wait, what? I have higher than that. Wait, why is this not rolling? There we go.
Take the 19.
Wait, no. So Adam, the first one was a 15. We'll count that one.
Yeah.
It was just roll 20 being slow.
It was laggy, yeah.
So the 15 counts. So you've also encountered sort of the lore of these creatures. You've never expected to see one. They are basically older than gods. They existed before gods, and they lurked in primordial oceans and underground lakes. As the mortal realm was unfolding, these creatures would reach out with their minds and seize control of the life forms, making those creatures their slaves. That dominance made them very close to gods, but then the true gods appeared, smashing their empire and freeing those slaves.
Owned.
The aboleths have never forgotten.
So point out which ones are cleric. This one loves God. Luther, get him.
So you know that they have basically eternal memories. They pass on their knowledge and experience from generation to generation. So the injury.
I'm not a fan of God that much either.
Their injury and defeat by the gods remains perfectly preserved in their minds. They know almost everything that's existed before them, and recalling moments from prehistory with perfect clarity. And they'll plot patiently and intricately across eons. Because of their flawless memory, even though they do not have an eternal lifespan, the plot of one aboleth can be carried on by another generation.
Waller.
They dwell in watery environments, including ocean abysses, deep lakes, and the elemental plane of water. In those domains, in the lands that adjoin them, they are like gods. They demand worship and obedience from their subjects. When they consume other creatures, they add the knowledge and experiences of their prey to their eternal memories.
You're in luck, Pipe.
Oh no.
They use their telepathic powers to read the minds of creatures and know their desires. They use this knowledge to gain a creature's loyalty, promising to fulfill such wants in exchange for obedience. Within their lair, they can use their own powers to override senses, granting creatures the illusion of promised rewards. So you've heard of all of this before. You just never expected to see one. So all of this sort of passes through your minds very fleetingly.
Like they start thinking, oh, it's another big fucking fish monster, and as they get closer, they fight it a little bit more. They're like, wait, could this be a fucking aboleth? Like, holy shit! Like,
This one, from like again that sort of passing thought, is that this one appears to be a younger a fairly young one, a new generation. So while it still has all of the memories and knowledge of its previous generations, it may not have come to its full powers yet.
And you yell all of that out to us while you're remembering. All never forget the gods. All of it.
You know anything about how likely it is to turn Pipe Rifle into a flesh puppet?
100%.
You know that they have the ability to enslave creatures, and that is something that they are known for.
Don't know why I couldn't just give me a civil answer when I asked if that maybe he'd be like, I want you to join me. I'd be like, cool. We're both slimy water monsters.
Yeah. Okay. But
yeah.
same time, what does it want with you?
Doesn't want with any of this shit. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, rage and dominance over the I get, but you specifically, who cares about you?
Yeah, that's probably why he just slapped me with his big fucking
So
tentacle.
basically, Pipe Rifle, as he slapped you with his tentacles, he kind of says, "Worship me."
Oh, sure, I get it.
Wow.
I had a taste. It's pretty good. I get it.
You get that sense in your mind. It doesn't. The only mouth that you can see on this is basically a circular mouth rimmed with teeth. It doesn't look like a good mouth for speaking, but you are reached out to it telepathically.
Hey, any port in storm, baby.
Yeah.
So
it's
do you respond quickly? I'm just gonna, before we get to you, Mead. Do you respond to it at all when it says "worship me" telepathically, or what happens to that?
I feel like it would be a bad idea to engage.
You just talked shit to it. It mentally talked shit back to you. I'm asking if you what Lexi's reaction to that is.
I think the thing that I said would actually be what it's like. Yeah, I get it. I had a taste of that worship. It's pretty nice, but not on my planet, bucko.
So that's sort of your mental response is like, no, we're not going to worship you. Like, no chance. I've been worshipped like a god. So
yeah,
you're like, I've been worshipped like a god too, but not happening.
Like
for
today.
You.
Yeah. Like earlier today, I get it, but no dice.
Okay.
Get the fuck out.
What are your greatest desires?
I don't know.
What is Lexi's greatest desires? I know yours are just weed, so.
Just I was gonna say like he's pretty simple lizard man, so like piles of cured meats and like regular treasures, like a loot cave,
like
kind
salted
of
meat and gold, basically, is sort of what you're envisioning.
Yeah, like the Pirates of the Caribbean treasure cave, but also with like huge sides of beef and giant Fred Flintstone ribs.
You want to live in Monster Hunter, is what you want to live in, right? With like,
yeah, pretty much like a. Yeah, if you got a flash of his greatest desire, it would be one of the cooking montages from Monster Hunter with a bunch of people just setting down increasingly bigger meat dishes.
That's fair. Okay.
So, like, yeah, basic animal desires plus a bit of cash because that's Lexi in a nutshell. Food, comfort, warmth, a bit of wealth because that's a thing people want in this society. We live in a society. Yeah.
Cat butlers.
And some cat butlers. But I mean, that includes like not being murdered. Like, is that one of my greater desires? Not being immediately. I don't want to get hit with tentacles again. That's on my list.
All right, that's okay. Mediator, what are you doing?
I want to attempt to place the aboleth in momentary stasis within 60 feet of me. So it has to make a 15 DC Constitution saving throw. And if it fails, it's encased in a field of magical energy until the end of my next turn or until it takes any damage. And while in stasis, it's incapacitated.
Fuck that thing.
Gets a DC 15 con saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's the turn.
It decides to
That's
stop you in
it? Okay.
stasis.
It just waves it away with a tentacle.
That would have been nice if it worked.
It sounded really good when he was planning to
Yeah,
do
I
it.
was like, oh, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Glojo, what are you up
Oh.
to?
Gonna get away from the fucking weird shitty thing.
You will
We're
draw
here.
an opportunity attack by stepping out of its range.
I'm gonna stab it.
Might want to go short sword, yeah. Actually, Mead, with these two right next to each other, are there like help actions or flanking or anything with Quill back there that we should be taking into account?
Flanking's an optional role. I don't think we've discussed it before.
Okay. I
I'm
just
gonna
didn't
actually
know.
stab him with my sword then, instead of
I
using
feel
my
like when
bow.
you take the risk of clumping up, I want it to be worth something. But
There are creatures that have like pack bonuses and stuff like that for like it's a very specific thing to have an advantage for having an ally next to you. So unless it's called out specifically, you don't get it.
fair enough.
Yeah, flanking is an optional
Yes.
rule.
Okay, Glojo, roll for Stebbinses.
Stabbing.
Oh, for the first one. Hit.
That
I guess the advantage here is if
Right
this
back.
thing wanted to run, it would get 3 opportunity attacks on it.
that does not hit either.
14 or a 15.
Yeah, something like that. Mana, what are you up to?
So should shot.
I'm retreating further back towards the ladder. Since we're still in water, half of my movement is 15, so I can make it to the ladder, but
Right, you could basically be at the base of the ladder.
all right. Then I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna basically hug the bottom. And then I'm gonna try and I'm gonna blast this thing that is like not the big shark, but I'm gonna blast
The
place.
ornately dressed Sagwan.
Fuck that thing.
Soccer hooligan.
I'm going to hex him as well, though, before I do this.
All right.
As part of it. Wait, yeah, it's a bonus action. I can do that. All right, which will give me 1d6 when I fuck him up. Presuming I actually hit him. That is a concern. And that's not boding well. That's not boding well either. Does that hit?
All right. It's the sharks' turns, but they're still frozen.
Damn.
Okay.
Sharks are still fucking locked up for like another 6 turns, I think.
He's also.
Go ahead.
He also has a disadvantage on pipe rifle. How are you most likely to make him do a check?
Wait, I missed. What was that?
What is that guy most likely? He has disadvantage on an ability check. What is most likely since you are in combat benefit?
The grapple, maybe?
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I would do that would force a check, as opposed to like wisdom is usually or constitution for saving throws against. Constitution's for like poison and shit. Wisdom might be for spells, so maybe you want to do a wisdom.
Yeah,
Because I'm only gonna do strength or con for grapples or other things.
all right. Then we'll deal wisdom then. Fine. All right, let's go.
Okay.
So I am printing out media.
So this guy smashes
Forgot I got new ink.
at Bob Dole with his tentacle again. His creepy tentacle arm and hits this time.
Sure does.
Do I roll double damage for that? Okay. Or double hits for that?
God. I'm using my stone's endurance to reduce any damage, so roll your
That's
damage.
a lot. Okay.
What? I beg
Is
pardon.
that 40 damage?
It's 4d8, and then you double that, right, for a crit? How does spell crits work?
Seems
Hang on,
like
let me
that.
double check that.
Was it a spell attack with a to hit roll? Because spell attacks can crit.
It is a mind-breaking touch, which does psychic damage.
Is there a to hit roll?
It is a
'Cause
melee.
if
It is a
it's-
melee weapon attack with a 2-hit roll that then does
Yeah,
4d8
those
psychic
can
damage.
crit.
Okay,
Those can crit.
and then it simply doubles the dice for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't it, like the whatever the melee weapon damage get doubled, and then the psychic damage would be its own
There's no
thing?
melee weapon; it only does psychic damage.
And I don't know what a crit would be. Like he punches him so hard that it psychically hurts more.
So it does 40 damage.
Thinking of the in-game effect. That's all.
Yeah, basically the
lore.
touch resonates so, like perversely within Bob Dole's head.
Shit!
As he gets
gives him the Unimori touch from Batman the Animated Series, the death touch.
God damn it!
My stone endurance reaction shaves off 11 damage, so that'll do 29.
29 damage.
So, which makes me
12?
I got 8 hit points.
It's not a lot. Well, the good news is it's trying to attack Glojo with its other attacks of this turn. So the Trident, again.
Trident.
Stabs at Glojo, hits him once. For 8 piercing damage.
Okay, he stabbed at me twice.
Yeah, and then hit you once.
Reaches out with one hand and just blasts Bob Dole off his feet with psychic energy, and then just goes, stabs Glojo, pokes him with a stick. I mean, 8 damage could have wiped any of us out at first level.
This guy is going to fire an Eldritch Blast. The fancy warlocky Sagwan is going to fire an Eldritch Blast at Adam.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
You are just fighting over my shoulder while I'm stuck.
That doesn't seem right.
That's not right. I gotta put an extra 2 in there.
Thought you were safe ladder.
1d0 plus 5?
So
yeah,
there we go.
it.
1d20. That's the right dice, not zeros.
Oh God, what is
what? Just
what the fuck?
All of the
is going on with
a
that?
bunch of dice rolls just mega.
Glojo just like mega rolled a lot of dice.
There you go. Look at all those numbers.
Why are you rolling so many dice, Glojo?
Hit the enter key on my keyboard.
Oh.
Get off.
Okay.
Yeah, you rolled a.
But 2, 4, 6 dice.
Anyway, so the guy hits
if you
Adam with
tap
9
up,
damage.
it kills the last thing you
Fuck that guy. That seems rude.
Bob Dole, can you make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
What did Bob Dole get hit by earlier? I'm out of the room.
He got clobbered by 8d8 of psychic damage from
the Aboleth?
No, the creature that's right next to him clobbered him with one of its creepy tentacle arms.
Oh, okay.
For a crit of.
Do we know what that thing is?
It's you and Adam recognize it as a creature that's often found in the service of Aboleths.
Do I know what it's called?
It's a scum.
Oh,
wow.
With a K.
As a wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving throw, and you have disadvantage on that.
I rolled a 20 and a 14, so and with the modifier it's 20.
Oh.
20 for.
Well then, you pretty much tell this Aboleth to get fucked.
Spit its face.
Yeah, so the Aboleth attempts to enslave you and doesn't.
All right, got a god, baby.
Your faith just protects you.
I love it. Pipe, your turn.
I'm finally back.
You are now conscious. Oh, sorry. Before the Aboleth's turn ends, one more thing.
Decapitates Piper.
What is this, Columbo?
Around Piper
yeah.
appears bunch of gold and some meat and some other gold. just hanging out there, and a voice echoes in your head, "Worship me."
Oh, I get it. No, eat shit. I make my own meat, I say, as I try and chop him.
All right.
Now I can go and do a flying axe strike.
Give me a flying axe strike on this guy.
I think it's probably just a regular axe strike.
Well, you're flying, so.
Fair enough. All right. Recklessly, of course.
Okay.
Now that I've got my shit back in line, so they can. Well, shit. There's two of them right there. Have an advantage next turn might not be great on. Fuck it.
Actually.
Oh no. What?
No. So that I was just thinking because you're kind of going out of. You're either going to be out of range, and reckless is fine because you've soared up above this guy, or you'll be within range of him. But you need to decide how high you've soared to get to the aboleth level. Are you like out of range
Oh, that's
of that
right.
creature below you, or can he like swing up at you?
I think. Yeah, I don't want to leave his range flying upwards and prompt an opportunity attack. I forgot this guy's directly in front of me. The aboleth's up in the sky, so I would probably be attacking this guy.
I mean, the aboleth's
standard.
not. So you were already like you're high enough that you can like hit the aboleth without too much effort, or like swing down at the guy below you. I was just asking like whether you were like soaring up into the air above the aboleth or whatever. That would prompt an opportunity attack, but get you out of reckless range.
No, I remember now because I was actually going to drop into the water and try and like rinse off my leg where there was acid poison on it or wherever.
So I wanted to
drop
prompt opportunity attacks
from the aboleth. If I dropped down
from both of them, because you're within melee range of them right now, but you'd be definitely leaving the aboleth's range, and to get in the water and submerge yourself, you'd be leaving the other guy's range. So you would prompt opportunity attacks by trying to throw yourself into the water. I would probably advise that.
Then I would like to hit whoever I can right now without taking an opportunity attack.
All right. You can hit both of them. You just need to. I just wasn't sure whether you were like flying out of range of that guy so that you could be reckless without disadvantage or whatever. So it's fine.
No, if I'm in range, I can just attack recklessly, which just means they get advantage on attacking me next turn, but I get advantage this turn.
Go for it.
So, and I said that even though I already rolled an 18. I didn't need.
All right, so we're going to count that 18 as your first swing.
That
hits,
and then I'll do another 2 for.
Yeah, so that hits. You got a crit. I'll let you roll once more because Mediator is always talking about fishing for. So actually, I'll let you decide. Do you want that 18 to stand and the 20 and the 9 to be your second set, or do you want the 20 to override the 18 and you roll one more to find out whether you get a second hit?
I think I will go with I rolled the first one and was sitting on it while I had to decide. So let's wipe that one clean.
Okay.
Because I knew that was an 18.
So
that
we got a 20 and a 9, and so you got 2 more rolls.
And then I roll. Yeah, that seems like the best. And probably not the best for me. Oh
my gosh, it is.
Holy
just fine.
I stole Glojo's hacks.
I think
what's the opposite of F?
I was talking about fishing for crits.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Rules as written, baby. This game is to Pokemon.
Go ahead and roll a bunch of dice.
All right. So that's.
Use all my dice.
What's he attacking?
He is attacking the big aboleth, the one that was angry about not being a god anymore.
Yeah. So that would be, call it 2d12 plus 5 twice.
Nice.
Okay, pretty good.
Not too shabby.
And pretty good.
36 off of a single sort of set of swings.
Yeah, off one turn. And while I'm swinging, I'm like, this is for not answering me when I asked what you get out of all of this. I don't need your meat and gold. I'm chopping at it. I need answers, damn it.
As you are speaking, with the 2 crits, you splash a lot of blood around as you're sort of speaking in rage. Roll 1d12 for me real quick.
Okay.
Okay,
7.
that's fine. So as you're doing this, some blood from the aboleth definitely gets in your mouth, which has
Great.
a tooth in it.
Sure.
A tooth
Serves me
belonging
right for talking.
to a god. A god that's not too happy about another creature claiming to be a god.
Some other fish monsters coming for your turf.
Roll. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, Pipe?
Oh, I can roll a wisdom saving throw. Whether I
Good
can
answer.
make it is really anybody's guess at this point. It's only a +1. I'm so glad that this interplanar showdown is happening in my mouth. But
That is definitely.
oh no,
11.
11, painfully average, mediocre. This audio only episode.
All right, so you definitely failed your saving throw.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And you are driven a little bit madder with rage. And I need you to make a reckless bite attack on the aboleth in front of you.
What's bite? Melee, right? What is
Modifier.
That's still a +6.
The hit modifier.
Sorry, you're cutting out. So recklessly being 2 of them.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
So
16
you
and 19.
get a hit with that, and I would like you to do. So this is counting as hungry jaws for you, by the way.
Oh, good. I need some more temporary hit.
And
One stack.
you need to
No.
do a 1d6 plus 3 for damage there. Plus 3, so that's 8.
Yeah.
That is actually enough to kill this smaller, younger generation aboleth.
Oh, Jesus.
As you sink your enormously oversized tooth into it, and basically you've dropped your axe, by the way, just an FYI.
Okay.
And seized this guy to pull yourself closer to it, like when you went ferocious, when you failed your wisdom check and went ferocious on
Let's
this.
just hucked it aside and
you
just
were pretty much
charged.
hovering over it. Like you got 2 good swings in it, and then like you just kind of tossed it away, grabbed it, and like went in for the bite with your tooth.
All right.
You sank your oversized lizard god tooth into this thing, and can you roll a 1d8?
The lizard god tooth?
Sorry. I mean, he's
Some
a
sort of
lizard and it's a god's
god
tooth. So you sink this enormous god's tooth into this creature.
I'm imagining it's just like the size of a Dorito right now. Just this giant triangular fang.
Oh no, it's like one of those oversized restaurant dipping chips, like the supersized Tostitos ones. At least.
Dude, just like an old timey can opener at the front of my mouth. Just
Pretty
like a
much,
giant triangular wedge.
Yeah, it's kind of interfering with your ability to look or speak normally. But it definitely opened this guy up. You've drank in deeply
ever
of
look
its,
normal.
You've drank in deeply of its blood. At this point, and I would like you to roll
Nothing
1d8.
weird here.
The meat and gold behind you disappears.
Okay.
And
3.
you gain 1d8 plus 3. You gain another 6 temporary hit points.
Mediator says they don't stack.
He's wrong in this case.
Okay. I get
Special
a
hit point.
magic tooth boost.
Your
All right.
tooth is basically just like your face
You know what I
actually
would-
looks somewhat clean, having just like nestled yourself deep within inside a fish god like creature. Your face is actually
Yeah.
very clean.
Just absorbed into the tooth.
Could be.
Ah.
Right, it's
Not
Quill's turn.
not to fish for more than I already got,
Get
but
it,
does that heal the wound that I had? Does regaining, drinking its blood, does that clean
Oh,
up the
no.
acid attack or whatever
No,
it was?
No.
Ah, fucker.
That's what I call fishing for crits, right, Pipe?
All right, Quill's gonna probably try and punch this creature that attacked Bob.
First of all, didn't Igor's not in a turn order anymore? Is he doing anything?
Yeah. Good point.
Igor is basically.
Has he been assembling more body parts this whole time?
He's doing work.
Digging in the pile? That was the last we heard from him, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty much. He emerges from the. Actually, yeah, I'll let him go now. He's might as well be in the turn order here. I'll put him back. I think when I hit Igor, I lost this fucking guy. What he was, 17? Sure. All right, so Igor stands up from the pile with skulls in either hand and throws a skull at the creature next to Pipe Rifle.
Okay. Great job.
He misses. The skull sort of sails past and into the water, but there's a brief explosion. Yeah, now it's Quill's turn.
Igor's new to this. It's fine. How damaged is this creature that is next to Quill and all? This one.
It's looking a little bit battle scarred, but I'd say you're much more worse for wear than it.
Well, Quill's doing fine. Quill's going to keep attacking it. First one to hit is 15.
That hits.
Second one is 11.
Misses.
All right, so just one. That'd be 8 quarterstaff damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point he's going to do the stunning strike.
Yeah, it's probably.
I tried to click it in the fucking his character page and realized I'm not controlling. Yeah, it's a DC save 14.
What?
Wait, no. It's a Constitution 14 save.
Okay.
Wait, no, it does stun him.
It fails, so he is stunned.
I don't think can I do an unarmed strike after that. I don't think so.
That looks like it's on you, but
no,
it's on
that was your bonus action. I think.
All right, it is Luther's turn then.
Okey-doke. Since it's stunned, it can't opportunity attack me. So
That is correct. You are able to run the fuck away now.
Jesus Christ.
Good work, Quill.
Actually, I bump into this deactivated zombie. It scares the shit out of me.
So trip over.
Gotta hide behind the pile of corpses.
Remember, there's still water here, so it's. Oh no, you can move in difficult terrain, so you're fine. Yeah, that's right. You're good to go.
All right, and I want to ask, and I'm not trying to be inflammatory, but has the mirror image done anything yet? I'm just curious because I don't know what it does as a spell, other than it gave you 3 guys to move around, even though they stay in your space.
Makes me feel a lot better, is what it does.
I'm trying not to metagame, so I legit don't know what mirror image does in 5e or beyond. I don't know at all, actually. Does it make you harder to hit?
It just
I
makes you
assume.
feel better.
Like there's a bunch of you in that
I mean-
space blurrily, so like it's harder to hit you or
It's there's duplicates. So the attacks made against me have to roll whether they're hitting me or one of the duplicates. And if they hit the duplicate dead, then it takes the hit.
that's pretty cool. I was wondering if it allowed you to simulcast spells or
I think it like some
you know,
advanced
appear
level, there's
in multiple
rules.
locations.
No, I mean it's a strictly defense spell because when I cast it, I sort of expected to be being in a water spout with a bunch of sharks. So
Sorry,
Yeah,
on
well,
this,
I because Bringer gave you all the tokens to move around, I thought maybe you could like place them in different places or something.
I think that's just to keep track of how many
on this
mirrors I
thing's
have
last
left.
turn, did it make a Spirit
It did.
Guardian save? I don't remember.
It didn't, but it should have before you moved out. It should have definitely made a
Yeah.
Spirit Guardian save before it clobbered you. So roll
Wisdom
wisdom.
14.
Okay.
Actually, since it hit me with that huge attack, I should have done a Constitution save also on that. Since it's a concentration
All right,
spell.
you roll for the Constitution.
So let me do.
And then so it failed. It takes the damage,
How
and
much
then we'll
damage
find out whether
will
it stays
take?
up. Bob Dole took 40. No, he yes.
I took
he 40
29.
to start with, and then he used his stone form to take that down to 29.
I only got an 8.
So it's like a DC.
I rolled an 8 on that
I-
save,
Okay.
so it probably doesn't matter anymore.
So your thing drops, but it took damage from it before. So it starts its turn. It takes damage
Yeah,
starting its
okay.
turn, and then it
Then it
clobbers
drops.
you, and then the thing drops. So roll for your damage
Okay.
on it still.
That'll be 10 radiant damage.
Okay. So
And for my action,
it's definitely looking worse for the wear at this point, but not imminent demise like.
Tell him we killed this boss. Strike the morale.
he almost murdered me. I'm not very happy with him right now. I'm not talking with him.
Give him the sacred flame then. Or heal yourself. Physician, heal thyself, perhaps.
I think considering I'm at the brink of death, I'm going to heal myself. Hate to be selfish, but sometimes that's got to do. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
Could have used all those hit points Pipe Rifle stole from me.
It's fine. I'd give him back if I could.
Those do you still have pipe?
I was down to 14 and then, or like 16, and now I'm back up to 24 because of GM magic.
Oh.
So I never tapped my actual hit points, if that's what you're wondering.
Meanwhile, the rest of the party's like fucking. How many?
I turn around, just hey everybody.
How many? How much does that heal you, Luther?
I
killed that
healed
little guy.
17 hit points.
Nice. So bringing you back up to 25 then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wu.
So this guy's still up and this guy's still up, right?
Yes.
These guys are still charmed.
Yes. For a little bit longer.
Well, I'm going to firebolt the scum.
Okay.
I have advantage on it because it's stunned.
Okay.
So,
So-
so 26.
So that hits.
13 damage.
Okay. Right, Glojo. Glojo Sharksbane.
The guy next to me is stunned, so I can finally.
You
move
can
away
step
from
back without causing problems for yourself. Yes.
Oh man, I forgot there's still 2 sharks down there waiting to swim up on their turn.
Nice. I can actually put Hunter's Mark back on him.
So you're gonna back off and shoot this fool?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. This guy right there.
Big snake.
I'm rolling great today.
That means your first arrow hits because he's still stunned.
Oh yeah, you get advantage.
I get advantage.
That's just
Give it
one
2 more.
shot.
Yep. So roll. All right. So you hit him twice.
Whap, whap.
I forgot that he got advantage because he was stunned. It's the damage.
Yeah. And then Hunter's Mark.
I'm on that one right now.
Fuck yeah.
That is actually sufficient to kill this thing.
Fuck
Just
that guy.
with the hunter's mark, if you'd rolled one less, this would not be the case. But you rolled exactly enough to down this guy. So you basically the sequence of events is Quill runs up, hits this guy, stuns him. Bob Dole steps back, blesses himself, heals himself. Glojo steps back and just chucks 2 arrows into this guy and drops him down. Also, Mediator.
I was there.
Just the mirror images. This is like pulsing.
Blurry configuration of multiple mediators stands by and watches.
Matt,
Fireball. Did 13 damage. If it
That
did 12 damage, it would still be standing.
It's true.
It's a hell of a fireball.
It's exactly
right.
exactly enough to kill it, combined with everything.
I'm gonna get up here.
Right,
Those
so
sharks ever wake up.
You use your movement to get up above onto the watchtower, and now you can do an action.
Yeah, I'm gonna blast the little priest dude again. All right, maybe that will actually hit. Fuck you.
First one hits.
Who are you shooting, Igor?
No, I'm shooting the priest that's still trying to bash your head in.
Now's the time to accidentally frag Igor in the back of
So
his
that
zombie
plus,
skull.
Is that D6 rolling or not? Hang on. There we go. Plus that. All right, so 14.
Okay. Blip, blip, blip. Igor hucks a skull.
The sharks.
Thanks,
Wait, where are they?
Igor. You're really helping out.
This time he actually bonks this guy.
This guy right next to me with the exploding skull.
Yep.
I guess I'm up in the air still.
Just
a little bit.
The skull detonates.
Every little bit helps.
But so the guy takes 4 damage from the detonating skull, but passes his save on the effect. There is a bright blue flash, but whatever it was has no effect on this creature. It is now his turn, and he immediately drops to one knee underneath a pipe rifle and says, "My lord, I did." So that's not the right voice.
You don't want to keep that up for too long.
Says something like, "My lord, I did not know. We raised the false god." And he kind of he goes prone beneath you as you're like hovering above him with a splashed corpse of the aboleth, like half on the shore, half in the water underneath of you, because it obviously fell out of the sky when you killed it. So you're hovering about 10 feet in the air, and this thing has just like gone prone, and says that they've been praying to the wrong god, the false god. They should have known better. Please have mercy. Spare him so that he can spread the word of the true God.
I'm holding my arms out down to the side in a sort of Dr. Manhattan pose. Like, yes, you really fucked this one up. Like, can you get these sharks out of here? I hate sharks. Remember that.
But my lord, I thought you were the.
All right, Sekulas, dude, probably not a great thing to yell.
I mean, the truth in your mouth. Whatever.
Yeah.
He seems very perplexed. He's like, I can make these sharks leave for now, my lord, but
Yeah. Tell them. Yeah. No, I'm good. Just tell them to head out.
So a couple of moments pass. He seems very perplexed by your hating sharks.
Maybe I wouldn't say hate, but not a huge fan right now. These sharks have been biting my friends. They were also in service of the false god. These two in particular. Everyone else is fine.
I will
But I don't want to
banish. I
see
will
these
banish
nerds.
these sharks, my lord. And so the sharks
Yeah,
swim
send
to
them
the,
out to
they swim to the middle of this
salt
pool
marsh.
and then swim down deeper and out of sight.
Thank you. We're cool. Is the water dissipating, by the way? Like, has it been like leaking out of the palisade? And
The water level is definitely lower, so those sharks were kind of like splashing pretty like
close to
stupidly
the surface.
for the last couple of feet before the actual pond, and then once they were in the pond, they were able to kind of skitter away and swim. So the water where you're standing is now only about 2 feet deep. It's about 12:45 right now. You guys want to call
maybe
it
we
here, and we'll like resume with like storytelling, RP, etc. from this point there, or are we good to keep going? What's that?
Here's
I like that because them Bean Troll's not missing out on anything super substantial. You just hit the combat, the end of the big fight. I mean, that's still a cool thing to do, but I would feel worse about going through with role playing stuff. So.
Sure.
Well, if his turn came up, I was just gonna have him run around the rocks with his quarterstaff and go attack you.
Well, his turn should come up now.
Yeah, everybody over there doesn't know what's happening necessarily, so Igor might still throw bombs at us just because this guy's talking to me.
Well, he's also gone prone, so anybody that can see him can see that he's lying down, prostrate in front of you. But we will call it here. GG's, y'all. That was pretty good. I hope.
Yeah.